Hey, welcome to the BYB Podcast. This is for the Backyard Boys.
Backyard Boys.
Yeah, baby. We're doing it. We're having it. It's happening. You're all punks. Blah, 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 blah. What up? How's my crew doing tonight? How's Yingwei Mountain Street?
Life is grand. I've gone almost 24 hours without any kind of accidents, without even having so much as a rectal bleed. So I am in pretty good shape.
Whoa. Wow. Coming in today. Yeah, that's a new thing. I hope you're not having any of those problems either, Honky. How's it going, brother?
Well, good, but what do you do after that fucking intro? I mean, you cannot really follow. Hello, my Negroes, and good evening, though, as we continue this great Black History Month. As you can see, I got another great Black African-American behind me tonight, Blackula. So let's get this fucking party started, man.
Hell yeah, brother. Actually, I mean, we're about to end this month of Black History, if you will.
The Blacks.
Indeed, the Black one. The Black month. The Black one.
The Blacks.
Yes. The Black. It's all about the Blacks. We need reparations. We need inventions. We need historical preference. Whatever precedents, I should say. But yeah, we're doing it, folks. We're glad to have you all here in the chat. Glad to see you folks showing up early, on time, unlike the
Blacks.
Thank you. Yeah, I see
Next month. Next month, I believe, is like Eskimo Lesbian Month or something. So we'll be sure to have a bunch of things. I will have some backdrops for that. And I'm sure Honk has some stuff up his sleeve as well.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Well, I think next month is trans Native Americans with amputations or something like that. Like
I thought it was Eskimo lesbians, but fine. That's
it's very niche, but it's absolutely, it needs celebrated just like all these other months. Gay month, or excuse me, LBGTG plus month, whatever, letters and a plus at the end. And of course you got Hispanic American, you got Native American, you got we don't have Columbus Day anymore. That's right, I remember now. Shades Cow, look at this. Is Quad doing Negro cosplay for Black History Month, February? Late CPT? No, colored people time
Negro
thing. No, we don't have colored people time. Just ask Greg. He's on time. It's a myth. It's not a real thing. That's someone made that up. Just like they made up Black History Month.
There's a lot of myths when it comes to the colored folks.
The colored people. Indeed. Frankie
my
McDonald.
friends is colored people.
A lot of them. And my worst enemies.
Some of my worst enemies is some colored people. But like Greg, he's everybody's homeboy.
Greg is a good man.
He's a damn good African American.
Fine man.
Indeed. Beloved chatter coming in. Will Heron looking rough. No. That's honk. That's honky.
No, that's he's talking about Ingwe, man. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Either way, Will's got some miles on him. Let's just say that.
I mean, I'll take it, I guess, but yeah, I'll take it for the team. But no, I'm thinking he's talking about fucking Elton in Malmstream.
TV can really put a hurting on a man. That's all I.
Yeah, my definition is a killer.
Elton Malmstream, exactly. Instead of like Melton Malmstream, who streamed for like 7 hours today, he was putting in the works.
Melton Malmstream put a piano in his hump, not me. I can't do
Big Sauce Malmstream, that's the one. Indeed. Yeah, TV's Will Heron said he's getting set up. He should be here any moment. Absolutely. Looking forward to talking about some steel toe, some Aaron Imholt, and some untruths, some truths, some anti-Clipper commentary that we've been getting lately from that guy. He's been out of his gourd, but how dare anybody go up against the great Clippers, especially ones like Will Herren, who is actually here now. Welcome, Will.
There he is.
That was a good transition, Claude. I like that, man. That's professional podcasting. You
All
want
the
to
time.
Did I hit post on the fucking boom? We're hitting post, baby.
He's a segue making motherfucker. This guy.
master?
The machine. Yeah, welcome, Will. We appreciate you popping in tonight. We know that toe ain't been treating you right. We'll treat you right over here at BYB, man.
Always.
Fuck that toe boy. And the toe boys, and what are they? Aristocats, crats,
The blacks.
I don't know. Aristocat fever. I don't even know what they're going for. Indeed.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
I just wanted to apologize for Friday. You had invited me on. I had agreed to come on, and I missed it. I am very sorry. I really wanted to come on. The work kind of pushed me back, but I am sorry. I just want you to know that.
In all honesty, as much as you fucking talk and will never shut up, Ethan Ralph is exactly the same. So I don't even know if it might have just been like a wall of noise if you'd have both been on the same show, honestly.
It'd have been interesting. That is for sure. I was ready to go. And it was funny because like I would go work, get things going. And then it was so freaking cold. I would go back into the unit and then like warm up and listen to you guys. And then kind of like get ready. And then have to go back outside and get back to work. But then the game like didn't end. And so I had to like wait until the very finally end. And then by then I'd messaged you to let you know and y'all were done. So like, yeah, that is what happened. And I was all about it. I was ready to go, but I missed my time. And I look at it, I'm sorry. What?
I thought it was a basketball game. Why did they make you? Did they make you stand outside during a basketball game? That's how much they like you down there.
They don't like me. You're right. But at the Cajun
Everybody else was inside.
Yeah, I'm very unpopular. It is what it is. But no, the Cajun Dome is badass. Like, it's cool to be inside there. We're good there. Cajun Field is outside, but the Teague Moore Field is where the baseball team plays. And so they were taking on a 24 in the nation, Nebraska. So it's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? It's awesome. Like,
oh, yeah.
I had the best job in the world. And so I can't complain at all. I get to
now
hang out at a kid's game and like cheer and like be all about it. And like what's wild about how my station did things is like I'm the real raging Cajun. Like it's all about Louisiana. I literally go on air and I say I'm your real raging Cajun. Like there's no in the middle. It's like straight up, like all straight towards university. And I love that because like I feel like so a part of the culture and things like that. And it's awesome. Very happy with what I do, but it was very cold and I miss going on with you because I had to work.
Yeah, no worries, man. Yeah, well, I did see that you got to go to the Super Bowl, man. That's the only other thing. Did you have a great time? You didn't get caught with a hooker, apparently, because I didn't see you got any charges in the newspaper. So you got away with it this time. But, did you have a great time down there? So
it was unbelievably awesome. Just being a part of the whole routine of everything that was going on, the stories, the lore. I had to drive there from Lafayette all the way to New Orleans every day and back. And so that's like a 2.5-hour drive if I don't hit traffic. And so like every day for 5 days, I went down there, and then Sunday to the game. So it was the worst, but the best. I got to talk to Jimmy Johnson, Rob Gronkowski, Michael Vick, like all the Fox crew, be a part of everything, talk to the governor, talk to like DHS, all types of awesome things that I never in a million years thought I would go to a Super Bowl. And then they paid me to go. Like, oh man. Like, and it was wild because we weren't allowed to like a stand-up is what that intro part of like when you see the reporter talk. It was like blah 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 blah. Like I'm here, yada yada. We weren't allowed to do that there unless you had a special pass. So I got my iPhone and I was like blah blah blah. I'm here at the Super Bowl, blah blah. And that's how I did my story that way, and I was able to send it regardless of like the restrictions and such. So like it was just an unbelievable moment to be a part of and to see. And I'm a Cowboys fan, so I hate the Eagles.
Fuck. Yeah, I'm a Niner fan, so fuck you. I hate the Cowboys. You know that. You know how it goes.
You get it. But like the Eagles fans are so cool, and there were so many more of them than there were the Kansas City Chiefs fans. So like that was a trip as well. I don't know if you saw this too. So the guy that I worked with down there, he wanted to have like a drink, and I wanted to have a drink. So I went up top, and like the only way I could get it was like a certain area to bring it back down into the news area. Blah blah blah. 2 Crown and Cokes, double shots. How much you think?
$50.
45.
More? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, what are they? 40, $50 a pop? Is that what each one was?
Oh,
60, $70?
Kidding me.
No way.
$64.
Wow.
Per what? Per
2
one.
drinks, 2 double shots of a Crown and Coke. That's it. $64 at the Super Bowl. And this is how crazy it was. This is how New Orleans is like New Orleans. The bartender, like I was cool with her. She was cool with me. She goes, listen, if you give me a good tip, I'll make those single shots. You know what that went down to? $40.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, well, that works out.
You know what I mean?
Jesus.
Well,
I mean, if you ever do
tip, yeah.
you'll know that.
Wow.
What
Yeah, at least next
business.
the tip. You gave her just the tip, I'm sure. But next time you go, you'll be sliding your plastic flask in with you.
It'll be free next time.
Oh, okay. You earned your way for the next one.
That's
All
right.
right. What is he babbling about? No, okay. They're being brutal in the chat already tonight. I love all of this stuff. This is good shit.
You know what I want to watch? I like pops up MJ. That's my boy. Like me and MJ fight like cats and dogs on Twitter, and like he may think I hate him, but I do not. I love Mothering Jay. I think he's smart and cute, and he always cracks me up. But again, we may go at it, but I still love you, MJ. I had to block him during the Super Bowl week because he was just like, we were fighting, and it would just keep popping up as I was working. I was like, I can't do this, so I had to block him, and then at the end of the day, bring him back on. So if you hate me, MJ, that's okay. I still love you.
I think MJ hates everybody as far as I can tell. He's not
Some
really
point
like,
or another.
yeah. But he did say like, "Where's cheese?" That's all he cares about is the Lowell cow
cheeseburger or whatever.
No.
Cheese. Now your boy.
No, he's not. Well, he's not necessarily my boy.
Come on, you've been around Cumia long enough to know who cheese is. Come on.
He's on Cheese Crimes in the Still Toe chat. You're probably aware of him. She's on Cheese Crimes.
Cheeseburger pie.
Oh yeah, cheeseburger pie. There you go.
Cheeseburger pie, some kind of pie.
You're mad at me.
That is the other thing I noticed about you is you're absolutely a chat creature. You're over there fucking around in that chat a lot of the time, man.
You're right. That's a mistake on my part. You know who's smart? Like So Thorough, Joe Burrow, Stalin, Doom. They like don't talk that much. I wish I didn't as much. Like they're smarter than me, and like never showing their faces or like putting themselves out there. Like my favorite Clippers are Stalin, So Thorough, Joe Burrow, Doom, and then me. Like they're smart. I don't know where I was going with that.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I don't know. I was waiting for the point to come, but
I don't even know what the point was.
we missed that one. No, it's all good. No, obviously, I think pretty much every time I have you on here, it has something to do with Clippers or war against Clippers or someone's fucking with a Clipper and we got to get their back. All those good reasons to have you on. But indeed, yeah, whatever. Steel Toe called you out this week. Obviously, that's why we got you on. But he's been going after all the Clippers lately. It's not just you. Most recently, before he started hitting up on you, was Doom. Doom clipped a clip from BYB, and that really pissed Aaron off. And then the next day, of course, he had Coach Scott cut a promo for him down at the gym. And as soon as Doom clipped that, all of a sudden Aaron was happy with him again.
All is forgiven.
As long as you're doing exactly what he wants you to do at all times, he's fine with Clippers. Because if we go back to when we had that little Clipper controversy with Keanu, whose side? Well, you remember whose side was Aaron on back then?
Hers.
No. He took the Clipper side in that. He totally took the Clipper side. But yeah, you would think he would have taken Keanu's side the way he goes at the Clippers all the time. But it's only when they come after him and show that he is a liar or whatever. They show the truth instead of the narrative.
No, hold on. I didn't mean to interrupt, and I apologize. But like, are we going after him, or are we showing what he said? Like, because the way
that's
I do
my point.
Yeah,
showing the truth.
Titles, and like sometimes they're dumb. They're like, I cannot spell all the time. I apologize. But I say what they say. I don't say what I say. I try not to make it about me. I try to make it about what they're trying to say or what they do say. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not
Absolutely.
on a side. It's what they said.
Right. Yeah, no, I just you tell the truth, which goes against their narrative, and that's what they can't handle. Is when the truth doesn't match up with their narrative. So that's kind of the problem. Absolutely.
A lot of problem too is like, okay, so I'm not going after the other guy. The people on the other side are like, why aren't you doing that? Why aren't you going as hard at him as you are at this other guy? And I'm like, I'm just telling the story at that time. So people think that like I'm with them. I'm all about them, or I love them, or like I'm just a mouthpiece. Like with Ricada. Dude talks to me. Dude tells me things that I can say. Dude said, I tell you what he's already said. I don't talk about, you know what I mean? I don't say what he has told me privately. I say what's already been out there. So that's kind of the point, like with that as well. That's something that we've been running into. We're like, you're just a mouthpiece for Ricada. No, I tell you what Ricada told me that everybody already knows. You know what I mean? Or break it down to where it's already been out there, but you don't know what the information is, how he's told me. You see what I'm saying? I'm not on the side. I'm just trying to pass along the information from the source. Does that make sense? Or am I wrong? Tell me. Fuck it.
No, that's I can't imagine just print. You're clipping a person in their own words. So how is that? You're not really. Obviously, you're not even trying to spin it. Let's say like Citizen M clips. He adds some bells and whistles into his videos, and maybe he's trying to spin a little bit more of a narrative when he makes videos. But still, the simple point was that Citizen M noticed something like, hey, maybe April is whacked out of her mind on drugs, and they couldn't allow that truth because it was true. He couldn't allow that story to get out there. So. Exactly. That's exactly it. Like sometimes they don't want to face the truth themselves, so they try to shut up the Clippers so that story doesn't get out there, which a lot of people had noticed. Like, yeah, what's up with this April chick? She's really got a ruddy nose all of a sudden, and she looks really tired and wore out and beat up.
Yeah.
And it's like, well,
I don't say that. I don't say
I know.
that. I clip.
Yeah, I was saying like Citizen M.
I clip Citizen M. I clip Aaron. Our Nick. So, you know what I mean? They say it. We don't say it. We just give you the news, and then you decipher it. Like what I'm supposed to do, and I'm not always the best at this, but like I try to present the story like this. There's his side. There's their side. Y'all, the side. You know what I mean? I try to present it that way always.
Well, you're a newsman. As a journalist, that's what absolutely. Like, if anyone is a journalist around here, it's you, man. So,
I'm not perfect,
you got the. You probably went to broadcast school. You probably didn't go to journalism school, right?
Well, so we didn't have a broadcast program at UTEP. We had a multimedia journalist program, and then that led into me taking an internship at a station that then taught me to be a broadcaster.
Fair.
It's all about reps. Like anybody can do anything as long as you can do it multiple times and learn from each mistake that you do. So I was lucky enough to have somebody let me learn how to be a sportscaster. Like, it's hard to do. It's hard to like read and like do notes and stuff like that, and also look into the camera and make sure highlights are linked up with what you're saying and reading at the same time. And fortunately, someone took their time to help me with that, so I'm very lucky. So that's how I got through that. And again, we like ran into a wall there. What were you saying? Funky, you know what? You got a lot to say, man. And like, I don't think you get enough time speaking. I noticed that in the other episode. Everybody was talking and you were just kind of taking it in, but I think you have a great opinion and I want to hear it. And I don't mean to hijack your show, Quad. I apologize.
No, that's fine. If you want to ask him a question, we'll go with that.
Well, yeah. I don't really have one. You know that, I'll tell you. I just sit here and take it as it goes, Brad.
But as a clipper, if you're taking the clips and you're presenting the clips as they were presented to you, in other words, if you're not adding fodder, in other words, if you're just taking the clips and you're putting them back and you're not adding your own personal opinion, you're not editorializing, you're not putting your own words into it. How in the world can they accuse you of having any kind of bias? Because all you're doing is you're taking, in essence, you're taking out the boring parts and you're leaving in the parts that people want to see.
You're welcome.
Okay, exactly. And that, at least for me, that keeps me in the game, because I don't want to sit and watch Steel Toe for 5 fucking hours.
No.
I don't know how anybody
could
possibly watch it when I could sit and watch Doom for 15 minutes on something that I don't want to sit and watch for 3 hours, because I trust him. I trust that he's not trying to lead me down a road that I don't want to go. And he's basically going to take X number of minutes of bullshit, and he's going to collapse that down into 10 or 15 or 20 minutes of something that's worth watching, period. And if anybody wants to argue with me on that, they can argue all day long, but that's the way I see it. And that's why I watch that and I don't watch the shows. Just what it is.
And I totally understand that. And if you notice, like, and so does everybody else, we put the clip original content in the description, so you can go there immediately, after watching the clip. And a lot of times I encourage people, I'll say something funny like, check this out, go here and watch the rest of it. I'll put something in the description, waka waka, funny, go to this clip. So like we're not keeping it for ourselves, but it's a good question. And like, the way to answer it is, when your guy gets an L and I'm showing it, you get mad at me for showing the L.
Exactly.
And so that's what people get mad.
Well, that's what beloved Chatter's getting at here. He's like, bias is extended to only covering certain people when they fuck up and never covering certain people when they fuck up. I get that if you
have some skin in the game.
Old school too. Like,
whatever. Everybody has their preferences too, and also some people, they believe other people more than other. So I think you know what I mean? It's something that's built into every person. They're going to have their own bias.
I do suppose
if they think you're full of shit, they're going to clip you being full of shit all the time.
Sure.
But why are people never clipping Melton? Because they're not catching him lying and being full of shit. They might clip him saying like weird, horrible jokes, but that's not necessarily like him just lying flat out of his mouth. Otherwise, there would be much more clips like that. But everyone's hyper-focused on Steel Toe right now because he lies constantly this entire last year. He's constantly fucking lying. So, yeah, let's cover the lies and
I guess
turn them out like a spotlight.
I guess I'm personally not going to get all balled up about it because I don't have any skin in the game. I don't feel that strongly about any of these people. So I don't have somebody that I'm going to get pissy if somebody, like if you don't like Steel Toe personally, like you yourself, and you got a hard on for this guy and you're going to show every negative aspect about him. I'm not going to get upset one way or happy or sad. If it's funny, it's funny. If it's cringe, it's cringe. But I don't have any skin in the game on any of these guys. So I'm not going to get bent out of shape because I don't care about any of them. But I guess I see the point. If somebody is a big fan of any of these folks, I can see where they might get upset about it. So I don't
clip like what I want you to see. I clip what I think you want to see. Does that make sense? Like
that makes all kinds of sense. Why would you?
Well, I would assume you clip whatever you think can get the most views.
You get it. So, like in television, if it bleeds, it leads.
Exactly.
I don't show you puppies because you don't want to see puppies. I love puppies. I want to see puppies. But what everybody wants to see is blood, death, destruction, fires. They go, oh my God, and they watch it. That's what they want. That's what you want. I've learned to give people what they want. So, like in this little corner of the internet, it seems like people want Rekieta, they want Herren, they want anything along this whole quadruple or whatever is going on with that, and I give it to you. If there's something funny along the way, like a Tukey thing or a Brennan thing or whatever thing, I'd love to throw that in there too. I don't have time to get all of it, but I try to get you as much as I think you'll want. And then on top of that, what people want the most, like for instance, Nate the Lawyer. He does like great streams, and when he talks about Aaron and stuff like that, it blows up. So I'll blow off like I don't know, Nas Redna talking about Nick Rekieta for like Nate the Lawyer talking about something awesome like that'll blow up. You know what I'm saying? Like
that makes a lot of sense.
I think that's what I do at least. I'm not trying to talk for everybody.
That's fair, and it's not always going to hit with everybody. It's you're trying to get the most number of eyes. I get it. That makes perfect sense.
Well, you left out two key things too that would sell: sex and drugs. Sex and drugs, my friend, is up there with the.
What about rock and roll? You're old. You listen to rock and roll.
Well, okay,
that's the kid's story
on vinyl.
It's drugs, sex, rock and roll. Like that's what it is. The Rekieta thing, and I get it. That's why everybody loves it. That's why it blew up. That's why I knew it'd be something that I could take to the station and put that on their website and stuff like that. And that blew up. So like they love it. And that's another thing, for instance, like to get into a story with like Nick and Aaron, you kind of got to be nice to these people and like kind of get in with, not with them, but like talk to them and like kind of, and I had to say the inner circle, but just you kind of got to penetrate in order for them to talk to you so they can kind of give you the truth or their truth. At least, you know what I'm saying? So like they'll do a stream and they'll just kind of, put something out there. But if you talk to them and then get something back and forth, you get a little bit more interesting information and things like that. So that's kind of what you have to do with this. But when I do that, then they say, well, you're getting in too close. You're becoming too good of a friend. You're his buddy. Well, in order to get your topic to talk to you, you do have to kind of develop a relationship with them. And it's not on purpose. And I'm not like, I just want to be his friend because it helps me. Like you kind of grow to become friends with them. Like Aaron, like I want to choke the life out of him half the time I listen to him. But like I feel bad for him because like you kind of get to know him. He's just like a dopey guy, it's so frustrating, but that's the way I see it. And that's how I've been doing it at least.
No, I mean, there's absolutely a ton of truth to that. Like Citizen M's a really good example because, that's like a love-hate relationship that Aaron has had this entire time because, Citizen M prompts him to do, to talk to him in the chat. So like he'll get him to say stuff maybe on his show that he didn't want to get into or, you know what I mean, and put it on the record. And whatever, and then Aaron later will have hard feelings about that. He's like, "Oh, Citizen M, you're a dirtbag," but all he's really saying is like, "Hey, you tricked me into saying shit I didn't want to reveal." But it's not necessarily like you're too close or any of that. It's just he was smarter than you playing the game. So why do you have to block him out of your chat because you're afraid that he might have you in a conversation you don't want to be in again?
Exactly right.
Yeah. That's on your own damn self, or whatever. Like. MSNBC sits down with interviews of Donald Trump. There's not an MSNBC reporter that likes him, not personally, but they'll sit down and they'll have the enemy in, they'll have the enemy in to interview him any day of the week.
That's a good thing, though. Like, you got to show both sides. And even the people that hate you got to talk to them, let them hear from you or speak to you. Like, you can't close them out. You have to let everybody hear. In those situations, like in major politics, but there's also ways to kind of curtail your image, make yourself look better, which I understand some of these guys are trying to do as well, which I get. A person like a lawyer and stuff like that, they don't want to look terrible. So they got to try to edit what's been spoken about them. But when you go back and read the facts, that may change what the actual story is as well. So again, I just try to go with the facts. What's been put out officially, I always try to officially first.
Just the facts, ma'am. Just the facts.
Yeah, well, the facts according to the authority. But then again, the authority could be wrong. Like with Nick's, and that's another wild thing. This is what caught me a lot of hell, and I probably shouldn't talk about it now, but a couple of years later, the hair sample test where the child came up positive with cocaine. That's huge. Like, whoever gives a child cocaine is a bastard and probably should be beaten with a stick. Am I wrong?
No, absolutely not.
Am I wrong?
Do you have any? No, of course not.
No.
Were you going to pound upon that?
That's huge. Yeah, you should hurt somebody that does, or they should feel a consequence. But Nick can't refute that. He can't go back and show, hey, this is wrong because of this. He can't go back and show in the court records. He would have to open up the body cam stuff. And so that's kind of like a whole nother can to this. But he can't defend himself because he wasn't able to go to court for it. So forever, this guy's going to be the person that gave his child cocaine due to a test that came back from a cop, which, maybe it was right. And if it was, Nick's done. Nick's done. But if there's a way that could have been wrong, if there was an accident or whatever, like, it'll never be able to be fought. You see my point there?
Yeah, absolutely. Will's got some white ass teeth, dude. Yeah. How did you get that straight across hairline, dude? Straight across hairline. That just popped in my head.
The hairline or the teeth line? Which one are you talking about? Which one's first?
No, the teeth are on point. I assume they're fake or whatever.
No. Kay needs to donate $5 to BYB, and then I'll answer it.
No, I was saying, how do you get that straight across hairline? Someone said that. I think it was Aaron said, like, how did he get that? Oh, it was Chad or Aaron, one of the two. How did he get that straight across hairline? That's exactly how they said it.
Just blessed. God let me have hair.
Well, if it was Aaron, then we know that he's just jealous because he's got that fucking tarantula, right?
Dude. Did you play? Do you want to show him that clip from last night? Did you watch that?
No, we actually haven't yet.
Do you want to get to that now, or do you want to, where's there more you want to go to? Because that would kind of explain the hair thing.
Okay, so I was going to get back to the hair thing. Like, I don't know why you brought that up specifically. No, the hair, the hair follicle test of the 9-year-old daughter. No. Okay, so my point was, like, do you actually have any inside information in on that? Because it sounds like you would, obviously, that's not something he wants to live with for the rest of his life, that allegedly his 9-year-old daughter tested positive for doing cocaine in his house. Therefore, like you said, he's gonna have to live with that forever. People saying that now. Or the other possibility was his kid actually doing cocaine, and the reason he is taking the plea deal is because he doesn't want to have to admit that did happen. Some people speculate either way. I'm just curious if you had an insight to that.
I think he's more about wanting to be able to fight the test and show how the test could have been disqualified or done incorrectly or contaminated. I think is a better word that I think he would use. Right. But since he can't do that, and since they're not going to go to court for that, there's no way he can defend himself against that. You see what I'm saying? And so, like, right. I'm not on his team. I'm not against him. But being called somebody you did that and not being able to defend yourself, that's not great, But there's no way to show that
prove the negative
happen unless he shows the body cam. And I think that's right. The precipice.
Well, a lot of people were saying you have to, like, ingest it. It's not possible for someone just to put their hands on their head and get that. Yeah, well, apparently they're saying that the like 5,000 nanograms, or it was like 5,400 nanograms or something like that on the test. That's like 10 times over what anyone would actually have in their system. So the contamination factor does sound like that's most likely the case. But yeah,
Right. Again, I don't know how the test numbers work, stuff like that. I know you're just explaining what we've been told, but like again, it needs to be. I would want it to be looked at more if that were me. But it probably never will be unless the body cam gets released, and then that'll be Josh Moon's best day in his universe ever.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right. I would like to pop up a few of these super chats, and then we'll get into that video. But I just wanted to reference these just real quickly because there's actually something I wanted to address. Chris Benoit, $2. Thank you, Chris Benoit. Great family man. Will is a deeply, deeply closeted gay man.
He would know.
But he
That's
doesn't
a
want to talk
revelation.
about it. He doesn't want to talk about it. He's
This
very
is a family
deeply
show. We don't talk about things like this.
No, I'm sorry to disappoint. I am not gay. Very straight.
Indeed. Prove it. Prove it negative.
How do I do that? Do we watch porn together or something like that? Like, how does that work?
Yeah,
Go hang out, watch straight porn together. That's how you
Show your
I
chat,
don't
man.
do stuff like that. I just, no, man. Like I've been focused on the career, believe it or not.
Show us your Drive history, Google Drive history account.
I have nothing bad on my browse history either. So
Okay,
Sure.
since we're on the subject of all this, I got to ask you.
I'm sure you do.
All right. Did you have a cocaine-addled trip to Mexico with Ethan Ralph?
No.
No. He's lying about that.
Yes.
He is
Well,
not being honest about that answer.
Okay. You never went on a trip down to Mexico with him, never?
No.
All right.
Well, honky. You
That's
have
all I
it all,
needed. That's
you have it
all-
all
that's
chained
all
up, brother.
That's
You're
all
gonna
I
blow me
need
away
to
with
know.
that, but
No. That's
Yes.
all I need to know. That's
Okay.
all I need to know. I wasn't starting nothing with you.
That's okay.
No, I just heard that. As a matter of fact, it was Ethan Ralph who dropped it, my friend.
That's
So
okay. You want
yeah.
you bring him on it, and we can.
you need to get on him about it. All I'm
Well, we
doing.
have done this.
I was
We did it
doing
on Twitter,
good- I
and
was
he
doing-
didn't
I was
respond,
doing-
remember?
I was
How
doing
would he
good
is not being
reporting.
honest with that
I
answer?
was doing good reporting by giving you the floor to offer a rebuttal. So it was a wild story, and so I thought that you could smash it there. That's all.
Smash or pass? You passed. We got it.
Well, we can smash
Jake-
it. Kind of swung and missed. Like it was close.
Question number 5. Have you ever farted in the catcher's face?
Shake your booty, $5. Thank you, sir. I'm a huge Chad fan, but I must admit that Nick Swartson's favorite Key West bar is a notorious gay bar. The bartenders and patrons are flamboyant. That's the word for gay. Retro room. Yeah, okay. Oh, he's given the name of the place is the Retro Room. That's interesting. So obviously you saw the thumbnail for the show tonight, and that brings up some more thoughts for many people. That especially, I've never been to Key West, Florida, so I have no idea. I just know that it's a well-known gay destination. So that's
Quad is
I
being
found out
deceptive
Chad
in his
was
answer
down
to
there.
that question too.
When I found out Chad was down there with Nick Swardson, I had my thoughts, considering I already assumed that Chad might be doing more than opening up in a comedy act. He might be opening up a lot more things for Nick Swardson, or vice versa.
Nude butthole.
Exactly. Shake your booty, another $5. Thank you, sir. The locals love and know Nick Swardson. What is AMD? I don't know that one.
That's a huge microprocessor, but I think that's a typo.
Just and. Yeah, just and. The locals love and know Nick Swardson and think he's gay. That doesn't mean he is, but that's what they think. Actually, I think Nick Swartson's kind of on the record as being a gay man. So, yeah, but that okay. So the reason I wanted to bring this stuff up before we got into our topics or our videos is because, yes, indeed, folks, We had Will Heron on to talk about steel toe tonight, but absolutely, we do have a bunch of stuff to talk about with Chad Zumock, Anthony Cumia, and absolutely, we will be talking maybe a little bit of Stuttering John too, if we have some extra time at the end. I know I saw Point Dabble Point was covering stuff today, so maybe they already covered all the shit I was going to bring up, but we'll save that for the very end. But definitely, we wanted to talk about Anthony and Opie and all the fun shit going on there, and of course, Chad Zumock after a week off from hanging out with Swardson and Co. Indeed,
Sweaty.
Thank you, Shake Your Booty. We appreciate it, sir. Also, Coach Sauce. This guy looks like he may be what is that? A fleur de lis? Is that what they call that?
Yeah. There you go.
Coach Sauce. Coach Sauce sounds like also like a saucier, right? They got all those guys down in Louisiana to be doing that there. They be doing that there, saucier and what's nuts.
Usually we use that sign for the Raging Cajuns at UL. So him and me are going to have beef. He's talking about the Baton Rouge, Southern Louisiana or something like that. I don't know. They have a school down there with like a tiger or whatever. There were some famous football players.
Well, is that the LSU guys?
Whatever they are. Thing? I don't know who they are. But they're nearby.
The Tigers, right? Louisiana State University?
Something like that. I don't know who they
Tigers, man. Come on, man.
No,
that's the biggest shit. That's the biggest shit down in your neck of the woods.
The Raging Cajuns are the biggest thing down there.
No. You're confused.
Yeah, Coach Sauce knows. He knows.
You just want it to be that. You just want your want your little market to blow up, baby. Yes. That's what you want.
That's right. We won the Sun Belt Conference this year, so LSU, a little slip in there with the old coach. They have a little problem there with old Coach Kelly. But maybe they'll do better this coming year. They had a rough year. It's an off year, but I mean, in the SEC, that's a very tough conference. So much respect to the LSU Tigers and Coach Sauce.
Do you speak Creole? Can you speak Creole?
Occasional Kunas.
Kunas. Thank you. Yes, that's the one.
No,
I was like,
is
it Creole?
Well, they talk a little bit a little fast and getting things going now, but had him shout out
wow. Okay. All right. Now we've lost.
God damn, Don. He got it back. Okay. Oh yeah, man.
It
was French.
He's starting to talk like the Water Boy.
I say. Yo, man.
Will, please tell me you are a Tigers and Saints fan. If not, I can't respect you.
Saints fan, respect for the Tigers. How about that?
Spec. You put some spec on that. Respect on that.
For Coach Sauce, right. I will give the spec for the Tigers. But it's kind of crazy. Like I went down to interview Malik Neighbors, and they had this badass trophy room for like all the LSU like football trophies and things like that. Like I'm there with Joe Burrow's trophy, his Heisman trophy. I'm like, I even sent a picture to Soto Joe Burrow. I'm like, man, come on, man. But yeah,
so thorough. Yeah.
I thought about Soto Joe Burrow when I'm there in front of Joe Burrow's Heisman. I really did. So yeah.
Well, now that I'm part of the Dabbleverse, I forget that there's such a thing as a real life Joe Burrow. Like the only Joe Burrow that pops in my mind is so thorough, and that's
every time I'm watching, I'm like, oh god damn it, why am I thinking about this asshole when I should be watching? You know what I mean? 100%.
Yeah, we don't need the real one anymore. He ain't no good for us. We don't need him.
Get traded. Hey, Jamarcus might be traded too.
Yeah, if he becomes a Niner, then I'll pay attention. Other than that, probably not.
He wants to go to Seattle, I think.
Oh, well, I hope he likes the rain.
Yeah. He'll like the money.
All right, let's move on. Let's pull up this clip now. I think we've been fucking around for long enough. And I don't know how much time you got, but we got plenty to talk about with the steel toe shit. So if you want to stay here for 4 or 5 clips, you're welcome to. But otherwise, we got the first 2 definitely involve you. So we'll get those in for sure. Let's do this. All right. Pull up this one. This is from you. Huh?
This is from last night.
Yeah, right?
Okay, yeah, this is me. Oh, there's my logo.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Is that Post Malone on his shirt?
Correct.
What a
Correct.
bag, man.
Correct. Also correct. And it looks like a crown of like thorns too, like Jesus would wear. So I see the imagery. The dude's trying to be whatever. We're not going to spend the entire clip talking about fucking Post Malone, but yeah, for sure, I'm not a fan. And this Aaron, he has really bizarre taste in country. Apparently, he likes Post Malone country music. It's like, what the fuck? Pick a lane, man.
Quad, to
Seriously.
help you out a little bit, if you want to forward to like maybe halfway through, like the 5-minute mark, maybe a little further, almost 9. I think, no, maybe on the 5. Is when he starts talking about me or you got
Yeah, well, I know he talks about you definitely at the 9-minute mark that he really fucking starts bombing on you and possibly veiled threats. We'll get into that.
All right.
But I don't know. I thought maybe we would just listen to the entire thing because I found the drug stuff very interesting as well. So if you're here for it, we can bomb forward also.
I can talk a little bit about what he was talking about too. With no, go ahead. I'm sorry. I apologize. No, go back there because he talked about that bullet or something like that being left out, and I talked to Nick about this.
Exactly, but that's what I was going to bring up.
Go ahead. No,
Yeah,
go ahead. And then I'll explain. You're right. I apologize. I didn't mean to jump on your lane. My fault.
No, it really annoys me the amount of lying. Anyway, I mean, we could look at it's not just that response. I did have some Nick Rekieta response as well from those PPP guys, but I the way I remember it and the way Aaron says it, he's trying to be real cute with the details, but I think what he's trying to get away from is the snitching story. The snitching part of all this shit that he's been, obviously he says he's a proud snitch now. He absolutely was trying to hide that fact for the longest time. But yeah, so they're still trying to lay it on the pastor's lap completely. But there's no way that he wasn't an integral part of the snitching. As far as I'm concerned, he'll never be able to tell me otherwise, honestly. Do you feel the same way about that?
I can see there. Like, what's interesting to me about this clip is when he talks about the bullet being laid out on the cushion or something like that around the kids and how angry that made him. Is that in this clip? I think that's in the early part.
And I usually don't address this much anymore, just because I've said my piece, and I'm much healthier without all the drama and the craziness and the nonsense. And plus, you don't handle these, these things aren't managed and organized publicly. They get managed and organized behind the scenes, clearly. But I saw that, surprise, Nick Rekieta lying again. Isn't that something? I will say this. If we stopped our show every time Nick Rekieta told a lie out of jealousy, bitterness, anger, denial, whatever it is, whatever the 5 steps he's on, we'd be stopping our show constantly. But there was, when he makes a lie about me, I if it seems to be an egregious lie, a self-preservation lie, I like to check it. I just like to check it where it is. Plus, I'm sure Stalin and those guys are happy because they get a clip out of it. But somebody sent me a thing where Nick said that I had told the police that there were no drugs around his kids. Now, that's not what I said. What I said was nobody physically, they asked me, was anyone doing drugs like next to the kids when the kids were like around? Were they physically, did they see people doing drugs? And I told the truth. I said, not to my knowledge. I don't think so. But the drugs were in the house with 5, sometimes 8 kids in the house. That was, obviously that he was arrested that way. That's very clear. But people were doing drugs while kids were in the house. In fact, there were some times where in that back bathroom, cocaine was being chopped up or coke was being consumed, and there would be a knock at the bedroom door. It would be one of the kids.
So there you go. And
so Heron would know because he was doing cocaine in that bedroom. Like you just said
absolutely.
Like it's ridiculous.
Absolutely. But yeah, so he's saying 8 kids. So that's Kayla and Nick's 5 kids plus his 3. So he's just flat out admitting that drugs were constantly being done. But yeah, I love that he's always tried to say that his kids weren't around April when she's doing dope at their house. Obviously that's been confirmed now too. So yeah, it's the drip drab that this guy does. But absolutely, yeah, all kids. What's the difference? I mean, yeah, I'm sure those kids saw drugs at some point, right? Because he was talking about the bullet laying there right next to the kids.
So,
yeah, because they saw a bullet and weren't aware of it doesn't mean they didn't know what the cocaine was, but doesn't mean it wasn't right there and they saw it.
So I'm not sweeping for Nick, but when I asked Nick about this, because I did, I said, what was the deal with the bullet being laid out on the couch with the kids nearby? So Nick explained that there was never a bullet laid out. He told me that he has like a small, like a gun briefcase, like a small briefcase that the drugs would be held in. And one time, I think the case that all the drugs were locked in, like a small gun case. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like a little small briefcase, but like a locked briefcase. And not like one of those, like, you're going to work as a businessman briefcase, but like a gun briefcase kind of thing, a small one.
Yeah, I know exactly. It's a pistol carrier. It's just for one. It's probably something that a pistol came in, maybe.
Bingo. I assume that's how he explained it to me. It was a case like that, and that's where they placed those type of things. And so that's what was laid out near the kids. That's what Aaron is talking about. But Nick said Aaron is exaggerating it into it being a bullet, not just a case.
Okay.
No.
Interject real quick here. I think when he's talking about bullet, and this is just somebody who had many years of cocaine use, myself, back in the 80s. It was a great time, Will. The 80s, we were young and free, and the cocaine was great. The women were maybe as easy as they've ever been, but that's enough about the good days. I think the thing bullet, though, he's talking about is something you sniff the drug with. Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
I hear what you're saying, but that was inside the case. Aaron is exaggerating is the point. Aaron is saying that was laid out, but it was not. It was the case, not the bullet. Do you understand that, Hunky?
I got that part. But there's one time when Aaron is talking about that right by his daughter's head. That's the one time I heard the reference of bullet found, other than the initial time when he got arrested. But that there was a bullet right by his sleeping head, the daughter's head. Am I wrong there, Quad? Isn't that what the story was?
No, it was sitting next to her on a couch. They were apparently, like, Nick may have sat on the couch and it fell out of his pocket. That's the way Aaron explained it. And then the kid was sitting there next to it and had never noticed that the bullet was there, but it was there nonetheless, just sitting on the couch next to the kid.
The vial of cocaine.
He said he picked it up and took it away. So when he noticed it.
Yeah, that's what Aaron said. Nick said what I told you. So, and I am not saying Nick is right. I'm not saying Aaron's wrong. I'm just telling you what Nick said. You see how this gets twisted where it's my words?
Yeah. In your words.
Well, no, people will go back and say that I'm defending Nick for saying that. And so that's why
you interviewed Nick, that's what he told you. You're just repeating words that you were told. That's
right.
It.
People will say that I'm sweeping for Nick for saying that. Do you understand that? Yeah.
I get it.
Thank you. Sorry.
And so it was done in very close proximity, and people were under the influence of drugs around children at some point or the other. I mean, myself included. I'm sure there were times there were children home and I was on Molly or whatever. No, in fact, I'm willing to say no doubt about it. So yeah, him saying that, there were never any drugs.
Yeah, I mean, that is kind of interesting that Aaron's admitting that he was on Molly around his kids. That's pretty fucking wild, dude. That is wild.
Okay, no.
Right, but he wants to be mad at me for putting that out there in the clip.
Yeah, exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Like, don't do that, Aaron. Like when he leaned into licking Nick off of April. Like, you don't lean into that. You know what I mean?
Lick at Nick. Don't ever lick at Nick, folks. It's not good.
I leaned into people saying I was dead. It was real funny until they tweeted it. But like, I will never lean into licking semen off someone's chest. You know what I mean? Like, come on, dude.
You missed. So yeah. Okay. Also, I was gonna say, like, when he was in that little first part, he was like, "When I told the police." So obviously, these conversations with the police happen. Do you think that those happened before the arrest or after? Because I know he likes to play cutesy with the fact that like he was on air. Was it the day after they got arrested, or maybe like a couple days later? He was like, "Oh, I got a phone call from a detective," and he had to go right during the beginning of a show. He had to go take a phone call while live on air, and he said, "Oh, that was the police, and I had to whatever talk to them." Blah blah blah. After he went out and did the interview on MLC, and later that night, I think he was on with fucking Chrissy, and then the next day he was on with PPP, the Kino Casino guys, and then he received like a phone call. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out like the timeline of when he would have talked to the cops, very specifically to give his report.
I think he was doing that way before all of that. You know what I'm saying?
I think most people think that at this point, that
Right.
he absolutely is the reason the investigation happened in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I believe, according to Nick, it was the preacher and the people within the church that then brought the information to the police officer.
Right, but they didn't have. See, I was talking about this earlier. With someone.
I'm just telling you what Nick told me, Claude. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I'm just saying that I still just find it impossible that the cops would show up to break into your door without having someone with insight to seeing actually drugs being done. The pastor could say, "Yeah, this guy's acting weird." Maybe do like a welfare check on their kids, but they don't show up with a warrant to like go look around your fucking house. That seems like they had inside information.
Usually on the first visit from police and something like that. Well, something they usually typically do is what they call a knock and talk. Okay, before any of that warrant stuff's involved, they'll knock on the door and see if that person will talk, and they'll kind of gauge at it there. Yeah, none of this happens because they knew exactly what was there, where it was at,
where to find it.
And that was because of Herren. Straight the fuck up.
Exactly.
He may not have made the initial call to cops, but he let them know everything. That's my opinion. I don't know, but
valid.
I agree. I would second that. And I guarantee fucking Rekieta and everybody else on that side would absolutely believe that too.
They're not happy with Herren, that's for sure.
That's for sure.
Yeah, it's blood feud, man. Like, it is I had to say shoot on sight, but like a Hatfields McCoy kind of thing. Like, the Rekieta's hate Herren. I'll say that straight up.
Yeah, it looks like everybody pretty much in the chat agrees with that sentiment.
Nothing obvious. Sorry.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, what did you think about Kayla and Nick getting subpoenaed? We covered that yesterday and Friday. I don't want to go over it again, but yeah, now they're subpoenaed. So if Herren does go to trial, then he'll be sitting there with April, Kayla, and Nick all staring back across the courtroom at him. That'll be rich if it does happen.
Yeah, I was talking to Nick about that the day before. He told the pretty antisocial girls, he was like, the band's all back together. So yeah, I knew this was coming down the pipe. And like, yeah, they're gonna. I had asked Aaron, and did you saw that in this clip, right? I had asked him about May 19th, and what does he think about everybody coming out to be a part of the procedure?
Cuckamania, they're calling it. Cuckamania.
Cuckamania. That's the first time I heard that. That's great.
Yeah.
And then that's when Aaron was off on me, and I was like, "Whoa," you know what I mean? And I even got some messages from other like friends and stuff like that, and they're like, "Why was he so mad at you?" And I'm like, I don't know, because it was a valid question. Like, how would you feel about all these people organizing to come to your trial? Like, that's a valid question. I would be, I would have a strong answer, I would assume. But no, he got mad and then kind of like went after me about like getting too close to the source. So I don't get it.
His source, the source of the essence that he loves to have.
Right.
The source. That's a weird way to call it. Yeah, the source. That's my source. You stay away from my source. But yes, all right, let's go ahead and play this. I don't know. You have that lady that shows up to all of Nick Rekieta's court cases. Is she going to be there if Herren goes to trial? Are you your insider?
Okay. I spoke with her a little bit. we had talked about her going back, coming in May and things like that, possibly April as well as these things start coming down the pipe. Maybe. I know she doesn't like being around a lot of people and things like that, so she may not. But I never push Kay. I never give her a hard time. I just tell her if she wants to go, rock on. I would love to have the content. I can work with her. What we do is we'll talk together, and then I put together the video, and then we upload it so I can kind of clean it up. And, because a lot of things kind of come out because she has like a personal history with this type of stuff. And so she'll overshare a little bit. And so we'll kind of cut some stuff out so she can withhold some of her personal information. And so I think she will. I'm sorry, I don't mean to give you a weak answer like that. I will be speaking.
Yeah, whatever you got. You don't have to ingratiate. Yeah, you don't have to expound on stuff you don't have more than that for. So you're good, man. What about the Nick has cop recording of Aaron snitching? Sorry, just make sure I get that out there correctly. There is apparently someone saying that Nick has been saying that he has a recording from the body cams, apparently talking to Aaron about all of this and the reason that they actually got the subpoena in the first place. Have you heard that from Nick or had a chance to run it past him?
I haven't talked about. You're saying that someone gave video to the police about Aaron talking about what took place, like a recorded interview from the police, or what are you getting at?
Yeah, exactly. No, like the police absolutely have, and Nick has the possession of it because of, what do they call that?
When they exchange the information that they have on each other. Discovery.
Yes, discovery. Thank you.
And I'm not a lawyer, so again, I'm not trying to pretend, but yeah. So I haven't heard anything about that regarding Aaron's statements, what he said to the police and what he didn't say to the police. If he did, it should be public record, so we could probably find that out if that's necessary. But I haven't asked him about that.
I didn't know if, apparently, so Nick said he won't be able to do anything with that until he enters his plea deal and the judge accepts it. And then maybe all that discovery that Nick has can be released publicly. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but it would be interesting as hell to see if indeed there is like a witness statement that was recorded from Aaron or anything from Aaron's side. All right, you don't got any more than we do on that far.
Yeah, I can ask him about it a little bit later, but I don't have anything that he would give me or anything like that. Again, as you do know, once he accepts the plea, he'll be able to speak more on what he wants to do and things like that. And then I don't got to get accepted even more. Right? I think he's going to even wait and then start to really go into some civil stuff. Like that's I assume and I think this, and I haven't gone with him, and I have no information, but Nick's pissed. I
can't blame him, honestly.
Hornet's nest. And Nick isn't going to stop.
You get someone's kids taken away. That's too far or whatever. Right? It is what it is. It's all revenge at this point from both sides.
Okay. Yeah. So, and then another thing, he really cared for April. And so that's double his frustration. So there's a lot there to unwind and unpack, but when he does, I definitely it'll be exciting.
All right, let's get back into this.
Around the kids. Aaron even said that to the cops. No, I didn't. What I said to the cops was I didn't see anyone actually consuming drugs in front of children. It got awful close sometimes. Nick, of course, had a bullet of cocaine in his pocket and let it fall out and let it sit right next to my, at the time, 4-year-old. I mean, and then also his daughter tested positive for cocaine. So obviously, I mean, it was around the children. I just never saw it immediately, available for them to get. Closest I ever saw was there would be a kid rapping at the door, and he would be in there, doing his, doing his rails, doing his lines, doing his stuff. So yeah,
come on, man. Man,
That doesn't make any sense, though. He said that he saw a bullet right next to his kid, but somehow it was never right around the kids. But apparently it was, if it's right next to his fucking kid. So there you go.
Yeah, again, the story from Nick was it was inside the case, and the case was near the kid's head, and then that's what set up Aaron. And I believe Aaron was so mad that they had to leave, and that was like a big exchange between the throuple. They made everybody go.
And I know there was like multiple different times, and he tries to make them all sound. He made it sound like there was 2 times. There was probably way more examples than that the Ricadas were actually at his house doing drugs or whatever. But the time that April locked herself in the Nick not locked himself in the bathroom. The other time where him and Nick almost got into a fight. I think that was the time where the bullet was found by the kid. But whatever, there was other examples of that too. Him and Kayla hanging out and having conversations in his bedroom and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, the bullet right next to the kid, whether you like it or not, that's having drugs right around your kids, Aaron. Your kids, drugs. Pretty simple.
That's right.
Amongst the litany of lies he tells on a daily basis, and I don't even know if they're I don't even know if his lies are malicious. I think they're self-preservation, not self-preservation for the public eye, but for his own psyche. Nick has created his world, and now he's living in it. And whenever these people confront him publicly on that world, when they shatter that world, he'll defend it to the hilt. 100%. So I just wanted to address that because I remember seeing it and I go, well, that's wildly untrue. He's just lying. It's kind of like when he tried to show that text that proved me right on the me not wanting to buy the house anymore thing. And then he goes, this is what it really said. And then it said exactly what I say. And then he blacked out a bunch of text. And it's like, dude, that doesn't make you look good. So yeah, another lie.
Well, what part doesn't make it look good? The blacking out the words or the actual meat of what he was trying to get across to everybody, which was about the selling Aaron the house. But that doesn't even make sense. So that's a huge lie in Aaron's world is that little text thread that he sent out. And of course, Aaron never responds to any of it to fix it, right? And he didn't just do it right there. I think he has addressed that in the past, but anyway, I don't need a ball wash for anybody else.
Don't get accused of that.
Huh?
I said, don't get accused of that.
Yeah, well, I don't really have anyone to ball wash. That's the other thing. Like, people can't accuse me of being a ball washer because I really don't play for a team. That's not how it works. I feel the same way. Whatever. I prefer some people in the Dabbleverse, but that's neither here nor there.
But again, I'm not going to stop and check every lie. The Clippers like it when I do. I'm sure he'll be in the comment section of this clip.
So apparently they don't like it because they don't constantly clip that, do they? What he just brought up, like him fixing Nick Ricada's lies. They don't fix them all the time. So what does that say? That the Clippers don't want that story out there? They're against Aaron, or is it they're just clipping Aaron because his lies are the ones that are being caught?
100%. Aaron hangs himself. I basically give you a rope. You can wrap it on your neck, or you can climb out of a hole. It's all up to you, and he makes the decision. You know what I mean?
Quad, did you see Doom's comment in chat?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thanks, buddy. Doom. I just
gotta go
to snipe this. He said he is above it and something about lions not caring about the opinions of sheep. Oh, who's the sheep? Doom? He better not be saying that or else he'll get the curse.
Ask Doom, did he say that on air or did he say it in a DM?
Yeah, on the live stream right now. He probably
okay.
No. Doom probably sent in for Aaron's evening show. He probably sent him a thing saying, hey, you should snipe BYB right now. I bet that's
I talked to Aaron before this, and I told him that we were going to be talking. So that if he had anything to say or if you wanted to, come out with anything or get at me or yell at me, he had the opportunity. So
That'll be tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning.
Oh, he absolutely will never have you on. What he'll do is bash you and
he brings me
never.
on. He brings me on, and we fight every now and then. Like when I get mad, I say,
He has had you
We'll
on
go at
but
it.
for specific things that he probably thinks he can change the narrative on. If he
Yeah.
doesn't think he could change the narrative on what you're saying or what came up, and if he probably will watch it later because he does watch a lot of stuff, even though he says he doesn't. I'm sure a lot of people in the Dabbleverse are guilty of saying they don't watch stuff, but do. If he watches this later, he will definitely ignore the hell out of you and stay in his little safe bubble and never talk to you about it. I bet money on that.
And Will, do me a favor. If you do happen to have contact with him tonight or tomorrow, tell him that Honk thinks that Post Malone shirt is gay. That's all you got to say.
Yay.
Well,
I'll
what about
tell
the Prince Viking shirt? Like he's got a bunch of gay ones. He knows it too. He doesn't even care. He wears all kinds of
This one in
His Tiger
particular.
Woods
is
shirt?
gay.
I'll tell him, man. I promise.
If you don't wear the shirts, eventually you run out of clothes.
It's every day, man.
Raging
Everybody gets mad at me. I think he hustles. Like you can hate Aaron, you can love Aaron, but the dude is on for 4 hours in the morning, 4 hours in the evening. He rattles like the begging part. Like people hate that. Oh, I love it. I love seeing him go out there and like hustle and try and like it's so annoying and frustrating. But like to see a man out there like working hard to like get that money, he's working so hard. He's begging you to give his money. Like I don't like to me like. I mean, it's disgusting.
I like how he goes from wanting to off himself to like shoving it down your throat in like 5 seconds. He'd be like, "Oh, come on, we gotta please, Lord, let's hit this goal." And then 2 seconds after he hits it, suck it. Like he's like, "What the fuck just happened?" Dude?
Yes.
People, what happened, man?
Yeah, that's what I love about everything. Like, I don't know. To me, it's awesome.
The only thing I watch is the about 5 minutes before goal time.
The beggy monster comes out. I love it. Love it. Yeah.
5 minutes in the morning is all I need. Just I wake up and I watch that, and it's like
PayPal, Streamlabs. Yes. Get him, man. You go, boy.
All right.
Out hitting himself in the head,
Like
the
that was
whole
crazy
deal.
too. He's talking about like Nick, like being mad at himself and like hitting himself.
Yeah, hitting himself in his head like a tard, I was trying to think of the brother in not Me, Myself, and Irene. What's the other one?
Oh, damn it. Something about Mary.
No.
Yeah. Yes.
Something about Mary.
Yeah.
When
Don't
he-
touch his ears. Don't touch his ears. Don't touch his ears. Yeah, exactly.
That was What's Eating Gilbert Grape, wasn't it?
Yeah, they got that one too. I think they both actually do that.
Yeah, but that's kind of
You're
messed
right.
up. Like, well,
Also.
not messed up. He's taking a shot right there, but like a special kind of shot. Like he saw a special moment when Aaron or Nick had lost control, and I mean, I don't know if it's true or not. I mean, I don't know if I can make.
No, it's not true. There's no clip of it. If there was clips of all these things that he brings up, he would show them, but he never has proof of it. So, and I'm not even entirely sure what he's talking about, where and when Nick is saying all of this stuff, because he's like, "Oh, I see him spreading lies again over here and over there." It's like, where? Like, which specific? Like, he hasn't streamed in a long time. Like, he doesn't. He's not on air. He's on Twitter a little bit, but not to the point where he's like, he does get pretty active on Twitter, but that's so. Aaron, do you read all of his tweets? Is that where you're getting at? There's no other place you can really see his words, and you definitely aren't seeing him hit himself in the head because he's not on screen anywhere. So good luck finding that.
There's
I don't
never
get it.
proof of anything he says.
Well, he keeps it that way. And actually, he probably, even if he did have proof of it, he wouldn't want to show it because then people would start expecting him to show clips of what he's trying to back up as truth. And he wouldn't be able to do it all the time.
I would argue he's got his own problems, but yeah, and that's the other thing I don't get. Fighting with people who have like 5 followers, like it matters what they think. Like it matters if you convince them or not. You still had
so who was he arguing with about arguing with people that have 5 viewers? I don't understand.
In my chat, a guy by the name of Foley. He said that him and Nick kind of fight with each other now and then. Foley has very few followers, so he feels like he's one of the people that Nick fights with. Sometimes, but I think Nick more just reacts to what he reads in the chat, regardless of how many followers that they have. So he just responds. And so that's what happens. But I was talking, Nick had messaged me a little bit earlier, but apparently he was able to see what Aaron wrote about him in the cases and stuff like that. So he basically responded that, yeah, he in his case, yes, he was able to read what the statements Aaron had made.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. I guess we could compare. If he has them all written down, I mean, we can compare notes when this whole thing's wrapped up. And
I'm telling you,
Nick can chill at us. Yeah,
and
Nick
he's able to do the civil stuff. I think it's going to get wild.
He's going to have a box full of papers and videos and discovery. Period. Right.
Nick has been writing down when Aaron talks about Kayla or when Aaron talks about April or something like that, because he's not allowed to talk about certain people, and so. Right. Nick is just writing it down, checklist.
Yeah, ever since the revenge porn thing came out, he absolutely cannot talk about Kayla. That's 100% fact. Yeah.
And then he made that thing to where the state went after Aaron. Nick didn't go after Aaron, the state did. But Nick did everything. Well, I'm sure Nick.
Is there going to be a civil case? Is that confirmed yet?
No. I think it is. In my world, I think this is going to go civil, but it has not been confirmed. I've kind of asked a little bit about that, but Nick hasn't answered that. But it does look like again. I'm not going to say. I don't know. I would assume.
You know he is, because he's fucking we all said. He's very pissed off at him, so he's got a reason to. And also civil. It doesn't even matter if Aaron gets in trouble legally. Even if he wins his case, against the state. Civil. It doesn't require quite the stringent requirements to get some money, so it's half as hard. As we remember with the OJ trial, right? OJ got off of the murder conviction, but he ended up losing his ass in the civil case that the Goldmans brought against him. So exactly,
the requirements are nowhere near as stringent on a civil case as there.
Exactly.
Drugs around children. Your daughter still tested positive for cocaine. You still had a serious drug problem, maybe still do. Probably a serious alcohol problem still. I mean, you got your own problems. Whether that person with 5 followers is convinced or not doesn't change your reality. That shit you're typing, that ain't real. Going around in the world, that's what's real. So, I don't know, just more troubling behavior. Diamonds and Henna says Nick can't stop talking about you. You're on his mind constantly. Yeah, I mean, I'd argue it's not healthy, but he knows.
Okay, so back to that. It's almost like Aaron could talk and say anything he wanted to for 6 months, and nobody responded back to him. And now Nick's slightly getting a chance to get his version of things out there for the first time. Amazing. Aaron can't handle that. He had the bully pulpit forever, and he used it like a motherfucker. He used a bullhorn. But yeah, now that Nick has anything to say whatsoever, you can see how very thin-skinned Aaron has become about it. So there you go. Hey, why don't you move your thingy? That's not okay. Give us a second here. We got this.
Can I ask a question? Where did homeboy get those TEFs? I could use a lil polish up dog. Yo, he, him. Where are they at?
I know who this is. This is past.
Some low key, cheap side hustle, ultra, bright, white, straight across piano teeth, docs.
I too like white teeth. I have this weird bum gray dead tooth. Help a Florida loser out, my guy. Him. Yo, thoughts?
I wish I had all my teeth.
It's Jake.
I saved my baby teeth and I keep them in a shoebox next to Granny's ashes. My granny taught me about finger cleanliness, but we only had one lesson, then she passed away.
I like a bitch with teeth. I've had both. Different suck experience entirely. With the lights down low, it don't matter to the Duke's dead dick.
That's past.
He's had both. I like a bitch with teeth, but I've had both. That's too good. Stuttering John. Yeah, I guess he's about that age, right? Every once in a while you meet a lady without teeth. Shades Cal, member for 10 months. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being a member for all this time. YouTube's White House. How was Kate? Huh? Will Herren.
YouTube's Will Herren. How was K-Dot and crowd react to Not Like Us? It was actually pretty cool. I think they're talking about Kendrick Lamar.
K-Dot.
And the reaction to Not Like Us. It was wild inside there. People loved it. I think they're talking about the halftime show, the Super Bowl.
Oh, Kendrick Lamar. All right. I think Shades Cal is confirmed the black one. No, I'm joking. That was the worst halftime show ever. I'm sorry. I guess he's like the number one artist, but
dude, we didn't get to interview him, but he did like a big interview like in front of us. He was like 30 feet away, but we couldn't ask questions. But he was basically talking to like a panel of people with him. But it was cool to kind of be in the same room as him, I guess you could say. But like people love Kendrick. When I got back home and my person that lives next door to me, she saw me like walking in. She goes, "Will, who was it like talking to Kendrick?" Blah blah. Like they love Kendrick. So
fair enough. I don't know jack shit about Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, it's all good.
I don't like Kendrick Lamar, but I like Shades Cal. So I guess there we go.
I just can't believe that now we know that that Jake Hudson has his baby teeth next to his grandma's ashes. That's still I am blown away by that.
It's a good place. Beloved chatter, $5. This is actually a really good point.
Real funny. I love it.
Spokesman. Picking Will to be your spokesman proves Nick's funnier than Aaron. That's that's why he was the number one chatter in the Dabbleverse for what was it, 2023, 2024?
Whatever.
Was it? One of them.
Whatever.
Maybe both of them. Both of them.
Not funny.
It's him. He still has taken no accountability. He wants to deflect and blame. No, well, maybe deflect and blame a little, but I think he wants to say the words, "I've taken accountability," and then proceed through behavior to not take any accountability. Deflect it whenever he can. He'll take accountability for what he absolutely has to, backed into a corner, can't deny. If he feels there's an ounce, a sliver of wiggle room, he'll deflect. But again, just had to check that one because when people say I said shit I didn't say, it's pretty easy for me to put that person out there and check. All right, there you go, Clippers. You got yourself something. Ain't that nice? Thanks, usually when Nick's talking a lot and he's blah, 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 and he seems a little funky. Usually he's worried about something. So it'll be interesting to see.
Guys, I gotta take a quick minute. Is that okay? I got work calling right now.
Yeah, of course, man. Of course. Yeah, I don't know. I found that interesting because he keeps saying like Nick's out there yapping away. He's been in a few guys' chats. I know he's been in Melton's chat. He's been in whatever, this little piggy. He's maybe even calling in a couple times. Or what's the most we've seen him on shows? The most we've seen him on a show absolutely was the one time he was on this little piggy. Other than that, he's kind of gone radio silent since then. He did one live stream. And his numbers were fucking huge, but yeah, for the most part, he's really not out there yapping away. Like I said, the only place he's actually even talking for the most part is on Twitter. So this does not add up to anything for me. I don't know. What do you guys have any opinion on that? Have you seen him out there making a bunch of noise, Nick Ricchetta?
I haven't seen him at all, but I don't look for him.
Is he even doing anything anymore? I mean,
Twitter.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's done one live stream since like the beginning of this year. Like one. Yeah.
Well, now that his shit's all done, you would think that he'd be out there a little bit more, but
well, he's like I said, he actually has to present it to the court, the plea deal, and it has to be accepted. So he still is kind of in waiting just for another couple.
They can pull that back if we wanted to still.
Right. And apparently the judge does not have to accept the deal that has been given to him by oh, there she is. Hello, Lemmy. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I thought I was just gonna sneak in here and you guys wouldn't notice me.
No, not with that.
We're not that old.
That
Wearing
cowboy hat
out
right there,
cowboy.
yeah.
I like it.
It's got mushrooms on it.
Ooh.
Nice. How's little Lemmy doing this? Oh, she's got her wine. Doing fine. I like it. All right. I know you moved into a new place. How are you liking your new digs?
I mean, it's pretty dope.
Sweet. Will, I muted you. You're unmuted now.
Cool. What's up, Lemmy? Good to see you.
Hi, Will.
You got a new place? What the hell?
Yeah, I'm drunk too, dude.
I'm not far behind you, young lady.
Let's do it.
Hell yeah. Thanks for joining us. As you probably know, we're just going through the clip that our buddy Will Herren clipped from yesterday. Indeed.
I'll expect my donation later. Just kidding.
What
Is
donation?
that sexual? Is that
Yeah,
sexual?
aren't they doing that? Like everybody, you have to donate now to the clipper or something like that when you use the clip.
I'll gladly donate
Oh.
Tuesday for a clip today.
It's the old
I'll be on
Willie
Tuesday.
method.
So Aaron was saying that he was going to pay the Clippers like $10 for every time he played a clip. Did that just go straight out the window? Because I know I talked to Mrs. Doom, the lady Doom, and he said that he got paid for one clip one time, and he's played a couple more since then, but has not given him a penny. So I didn't know if you had the same experience or what's going on with that.
No, I never got him Aaron. But you know what? Like you said, I've made money off of Aaron. So, and I donate to Aaron. Well, I've stopped because he's such mean, pulls all this shit. But like, I would give money to him, in the past and stuff like that because just out of appreciation for content. I've donated to you out of appreciation for content. You know what I mean? Like, I try to do that with everybody. But I have not received a single, apparently. I haven't got any money from Aaron. And I don't want any money from Aaron. Like I said, I appreciate what he gives me.
Hell yeah. Right on. All right, let's move ahead. I know he's about to start bashing old Will here in a minute. So let's get into it.
Oh, biting the hand.
Where does Nick talk? Does he have a pod? No, people send me clips of like chats he does. Like he just goes and chats. He goes into other shows' chats and talks about me. Is it mentally ill? Of course it is. But when you're talking about double addictions and things like that, you're way past mental illness at that point. But yeah, that was weird to me that he was like, oh, Aaron told the cops that there were never any drugs around kids. I said I never saw anybody use drugs while the kids were looking, while they were watching. That's a lot different. I mean, if it's in your home and there's 5 children in your home, there were drugs around kids. That's how it works. You have to choose between kids and drugs. Can't mix them.
Well, you did, Aaron. You did indeed mix kids with drugs. So fuck.
I was gonna say, fucking mix them as early as you can. You got to teach these motherfuckers.
Right.
Between right and wrong, you gotta teach them right and wrong.
Mean world out there, kids.
Max Brangle, $3. Aaron dog whistled his fans to go after Will. Yes, absolutely, that did happen. Kiwi Farms, he means. Is that where he's talking about him? Because I have seen him in plenty of people's YouTube chats. But is Nick Rekieta over at Kiwi Farms? I don't think he is because he doesn't want to be A-log saying shit on Kiwi Farms. He would have no reason to go hang out with Josh Moon and Kiwi Farms, right?
No, I don't think Nick for a minute would want to be on Kiwi Farms. He has like 5,000 like pages of just stuff of Nick. I don't even know how to work Kiwi Farms, but like when I try to work it, it's like, oh my God. So I'm
it's never ending. Yeah. The other thing is, I think Aaron is going to learn a really hard lesson about fucking around with Josh Moon and thinking he's not going to be A-logged and fucked with in the future. It's a huge blunder.
One thing Nick said about the Kiwi Farms, and I think kind of makes a lot of sense because like sometimes the Kiwi Farms will just throw 1,000,000 darts at a target, but one dart will hit and they'll say, we got him. But they threw 1,000,000 darts. You know what I'm saying? So everything is wrong except for that one that hit the bullseye. And like, that's not always good because you make problems for everybody else until you find that one, right spot. or you come up with a bunch of conclusions or facts that are incorrect until you finally get to the one. So like that's, in my opinion, and again, what Nick had said, and I agree with, that's a problem with Kiwi Farms. They've done that to me a couple of times. One of my first stories I ever did was on Magic the Gathering, and they called my station 300 times in like 2 hours just to give me a hard time to go after me. Luckily, my station was with me, but like that's what they do. When they make a mistake, they don't care. They just make the mistake, you know, and they just go with it. And then hopefully the one that they throw will hit. So, yeah, that's Kiwi Farms in a nutshell. Sometimes they get it right and they nail it.
No, it's not. Kiwi Farms is so much more than that. Listen, I will be, if I know one thing about Josh Moon, it's he gives detransitioners a safe space to go. And that is a cause near and dear to my heart. So he could like murder a couple motherfuckers and I still would be singing Josh Moon's praises.
Honestly. But do you see my point though? Sometimes with situations where they, you know, they're trying to figure something out and they just throw a bunch of crap at a wall and hope that one thing sticks.
That's the internet though. That's the Dabbleverse. You just described the Dabbleverse.
I think it's more in line with Kiwi Farms, but I do see your point.
Yeah, it's just so much more put together and easy to find on Kiwi Farms than it is to try to go back through all the transcripts and find where someone said something on YouTube. It's a whole lot less work to do. The A-logging, man, that's for reals, and it does not go away. It don't go away, damn it. So please never A-log me, anybody. I would not like that.
Good luck.
A-log me harder.
Can't mix it.
A-log me harder.
Blood Fart says people send you clips. Oh my god.
Yeah, especially of like what clips of Nick Rekieta in chats. Like they send you screenshots from chats. Is this what's happening? I can imagine maybe some trolls would be doing that to him. I just can't imagine people that are on his side do that. I don't know. Maybe there's like balls deep, and some of these other guys are out there doing the. I
don't think Balls is as invested. No, I think it's the people like Chad Zumock that are just trying to like, hey, look what they're saying about you, you know?
Yeah.
Balls is more like a casual observer, you know?
So it's not fans. It's less fans. It's just more the people that like to start fires and run away. Like arsonists, the Dabbleverse arsonists.
Shut up, Ray.
What I miss? I don't know. Go back to the beginning and start there. You might find out something.
I try to be really nice when people send them because I'm just like, I don't need it. Like, it's okay. I don't watch any of this stuff. I don't look at any of this stuff. But you know, they're doing it to be nice. So I'm like, okay, sure, thank you, blah blah blah. And
or Slam Piece. Oh, there you go. There's the other option, right? Slam Piece is sending him clips.
I probably get 5 or 10.
Sorry, I just saw Lenny's thing.
No, yeah. She's been doing that for quite some time. I like it.
My bad.
It was funnier when he was here and on screen, and then she just every time he showed up, just boom, ready to be just. I loved it. I don't think he was a fan of it, but it's fine. It's fine.
Shout out.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah.
It's quiet.
I got 6 kids. Yeah. Ray, you're a good egg. Yeah. Wish you well. Yeah.
Kevin's my friend.
No, I think if Ari Jane can forgive you, I can forgive you.
Yeah. Did you see Ari Jane was on his show like last night or the night before?
Wow.
Yeah, it was last night. Yeah, that's right. I
Herren.
was watching it. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, wow. But she was giving him a lot of shit. I noticed that.
Good.
She's going after him pretty hard. Yeah, it was interesting.
He deserves it.
A little bit.
Once a week or once every 2 weeks, I'll see one where I go, "Ooh boy, he's down bad." That's a reach. And then I got to address that one. MN Viking says, if you could go back and never meet Nick again, would you? Well, of course I wouldn't. Absolutely not. No, we didn't meet him at our anniversary show. Chrissy invited him to a show she was supposed to do in the last 5 or 6. The Twitter, honored. You don't really know the world.
We already
when you
know
have
how he met Nick Rekieta because of that stupid show that they did. Chrissy's dad had to go and get shot in the head.
Jeez.
What a real jerk.
That is wild. I feel bad for her. I'm sorry that happened. Go ahead.
Shut up, Ray.
I mean, come on. Think if that wouldn't have happened, like this entire last year would have never have happened.
You know, like her and Frank, man, like going after me and then getting Kiki to go after me. Like it never had to be that way. I never had to even come on camera. I could have just been in the background clipping like Stalin and Doom, but no, had to do all this. Anyways, here we are.
I don't know. I am so inspired by his stick-to-itiveness. He hasn't quit, and that is quite amazing. You have to admit that that's amazing, that he just keeps on trucking through the shit that he rolls through.
And probably into your 50s, and they're loaded. Are you really going to ever have to take responsibility for anything? What do they call that? They had a name for that. Affluenza. Will, I don't talk about that stuff.
All right, here we go. So there you are in the chat, right below Rusty Grammar, who holds down the fort over there, Steel Toe.
Shout out Rusty. I fucking love Rusty Grammar.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. He seems like he's a buddy of Johnny Crutches, and who's the other one that seems like good egg? There's a couple good eggs over there that got wrenches.
Hobo chili recipe.
Who's the guy that was promoting his show today? The other one.
Is that Bravo?
on your channel. Milky Mike.
Promoting who show? Oh, Mikey Two Milks.
Yeah, Mikey. Thank you. Yeah, like I see those guys around and whatnot, and they seem like good eggs. But
Mikey's real good. I actually just came off a show with Mikey Two Milks.
Oh, what a coincidence!
Fresh out, yeah. Shout out Mikey Two Milks. Had a great time.
Yeah.
Mikey Two Milks.
So I'll get out of the way of this, but yeah, as you guys can
read it. Aaron, what do you think about all the people wanting to come out to your trial in May? Let's see how he reacts.
And like we said, it's been called cuckamania. That's what we're talking about. Yeah,
I love that.
Hey, well, I was just gonna say, you know how retarded you looked when you were leaning over there. yeah. Derp.
All the horrible things that have happened to Quad, now he's got some sort of glandular problem.
As long as it's not the gland down below, we're good.
Yeah.
Stuff on my show, buddy. You don't do that kind of stuff on the show. That's handled another way. So
What?
Yeah, so gosh darn it. Of course I had to click ahead.
I'm starting to like Steel Toe again, guys. Just FYI. I'm starting to come back around.
What the fuck?
So what's so bad about this question being in a chat? So he really does not want his fans to see this kind of conversation. That's what it is. Like he likes to keep his fans or whatever, his world, insulated in that dome, that we're always referring to, the steel toe dome. And if you dare mention stuff in his chat, but I mean, whatever, it's day to day. Tomorrow, after he's exposed, he won't give a fuck. He'll let you say that in his chat. But yeah, like, are you jumping the gun here with this question? Is that the problem?
I don't know. What do y'all think? Like, where'd I go wrong with that question?
It seems pretty straightforward to me, dude.
Pretty benign.
Yeah, pretty tame.
Yeah, we're on the same page.
handled another way. So I appreciate that, but you've noticed that I don't talk about it on here. I will not be talking about it on here. And Will, honestly, I don't mean to give you the Icarus too close to the sun, but you've got a real professional media gig. I'm not saying you got to back it off with this petty internet horseshit, but you're getting a little, like, sometimes you get a little too close. Not with
so
me.
what does that mean? Like,
not with me. So he's going to say not with me. So obviously he's saying, yeah, like everybody but me. You're getting too close to them. Like, but also with your real life job where, you're a professional. So you better not be fucking around. That's kind of what it feels like to me. Will, go ahead. Sorry.
well, that's the thing. Like, I assume you guys know the lore between the Icarus being too close to the sun with like the wax wings and two eyes, right? But like, he's not the sun. Like, neither is Nick. Like, I'm just doing my job.
They're pretty high on themselves.
Exactly. Like you're not even the moon. Like, give me a break. I was literally just because, like, this is the thing. And I told you this before. When I want to do a story, I got to ask them, and I got to ask them. I got to ask Aaron. I got to ask Nick. I got to get in and try to like figure out what's not even the truth, just what they can say to me. I got to dig in there to find out. Like, I don't want to be this close to these people. And I got to tell you, and like, this is the truth. And I've told this before, but like, I've never been this close to a story, honestly, with like Nick and Aaron. I usually, this is not like it works. I'm a reporter. I go in, I meet you for the day. I learn about your whole thing you've been doing for years. In like 6 hours, I put it all together. I go on TV, I talk about it. And then the next day I do it again with a totally different thing. So like, I'm not used to being this dug in since what, friggin' April? Like, I'm normally a million stories past than this thing. But, it was difficult to get Nick to talk. And like, the first time Nick talked to me was to tell me to stop clipping him. And then like, we kept talking and I was like, okay. And then all of a sudden we became friends and then it was okay to clip him. So like, it's just wild how these things kind of happen. So like, when people bark at me, I kind of just leave the door open and then let them kind of, if they want to keep coming back at me, I'll let them. And then once they get it out, then we can kind of talk. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like how I did it with Nick. And then the same thing with Aaron. And Aaron has the same thing. I've opened my DMs to Aaron if he wants to talk. And we have talked in private multiple times. And I won't talk about what we talk about. But like,
come eating?
No, he doesn't talk about that. But, I give him the opportunity to do the same thing. If he takes it, cool. If he doesn't, well, jump in a lake. Like, you can only do so much.
G-Rob has a good point. Who the fuck is Aaron to give advice to anyone? His life is shit. Well, I don't know if his life is absolutely shit. It's not 100% confirmed that that's the case. But as far as like doing,
like his house is nice. He has a nice like living situation and stuff like that. Like it's a nice area.
But he's not doing what he wants to be doing professionally. He's kind of
he's doing well for like living and stuff. Something to be said.
I can't argue that.
He's doing what he wants to do professionally. It's just he's having a rough go right now, so he ain't feeling it as much. But yeah, when he talks about going back to radio, that ain't nothing but him just being pissed at this because, and I'm sure Lemmy could tell you, wasn't he making a lot of money on Twitch, Lemmy, or one of these formats?
He was making a shit load of money on Twitch.
Right.
An obscene amount of money.
I mean, I
after
just think
came out?
What's that?
After it all came out, he started making the money. When was he making all this money?
Oh,
Twitch.
no, before. Yeah.
Before YouTube.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so he lost his radio gig in 2019, correct, Lemmy? And then he was on Twitch from like 2020 to whenever, like 2022, somewhere for like 2 years he was there. Does that sound about right? Or
I'm not really sure. I found him in 2020, and I think I watched him for about a year or two, I think, before he got banned off Twitch.
For going after, like, targeting a trans community that targeted him back. So that's what ended up getting him booted. So, yeah, exactly. Matt Sprangle is correct. He was making like $25,000 a month on Twitch. So you can do the math on that. That's like $300,000 a year, dude. It's insane amount of money, especially in Minnesota for what you get. Your money goes a lot further. So I highly doubt he held on to a penny of it, though. I think he was living, that large life. I don't know for sure, but all right, let's go.
From losing that Twitch gig to having Melton go up his fucking culo deep, he's had a rough fucking last 2 years.
Dude, right. It was wild for him last year for sure.
So Icarus flying too close to the sun. I'm assuming that's Nick Rekieta is exactly who he's referring to.
I guess I'm flying too close to Nick. My bad.
Flying too close to the source. The source of the spice. His spice.
Right? his flavor.
Yes.
Me, not with me personally. I mean, like,
No.
I'm just saying, some of these things you think it's cool, you think it's fun, and you don't realize that one wrong move, these people start going, "Well, I hate you. Why did you do that?" Just, I would say, you know, you got your career. That's all I'll say. You got your career. That's probably the most important thing.
What does that mean? You know, like,
let's go into this.
All right, that was it.
you got your career. Like, what is he trying to say there? You know what I mean? Like, that's the part that I didn't like.
Well, you got it for now until the
Right, until he
trolls
does
start
what?
going after you, right?
Yeah.
That's
I don't
kind of
know.
what it felt like to me when I heard it. That's what I kind of gathered. You got your career for now. For now.
Right.
For now.
Yeah. What do y'all mean by that? Yeah.
So anyway, I mean, if you could ask for clarification, be like, "Well, what was that a veiled threat?"
No,
I
Aaron
assume
said
you
it
could-
wasn't. Because I did talk after that stream. He messaged me and was talking to me about it. He went on some diatribe about some stuff, and like he was saying that's not what he meant and blah blah blah. But like, you can tell me that's not what you meant, but you did do it. You did say it, and you kind of hinted like, "Hey, why doesn't somebody message somebody?" You know what I mean? Like, you know, something could happen to you if you're not careful. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the way I kind of felt with that. I think other people felt that way too, but
I don't know what the fuck he means. Stop covering up. I'm literally in a tank top that makes me look goddamn naked as fuck.
That's actually, I thought you were wearing like a bikini top.
I did too.
I
It's like
think
colored
knowing,
shirt.
It looks like it.
Peach.
It does.
Peach
well,
colored.
you know,
Yeah, okay.
knowing Big Black and his people, he probably wants you to just show him the boobs.
Yeah, I think
Son of
he's
a
saying
bitch.
stop not being naked as fuck. I think
Yeah,
that's what he's trying to say.
Jerking off?
That girl.
Exactly.
There you go. You're lucky you caught me when I'm a little drunk. Betty.
Oh, that shirt's coming off tonight, boys.
Woo!
All right. So I did have another example of him giving you a bad time from last week, of course.
Can I prep a little bit this for this? Like last week, he had like told everybody that he had died. And so like there's like a running joke between like me and MSO back when I had pneumonia in like September. And he's like, "Oh, Will's dead, blah, blah, blah." We all laugh, ha ha ha. So like every now and then MSO, like an asshole, like jumps in there, like makes the joke. And then like sometimes people just it's the first time they've heard it. So then they jump in like, "Oh my God, Will's dead." And so like Aaron knows I'm not dead. And then he's like, "No, Will's dead." And so he like tweets it out and then like plays it up. And people are like calling me to make I had to talk to Alex Stein and be like, "No, man, I'm still alive, I promise." Like, because he thinks that's cute and funny, but like people really think that. You know what I'm saying? Like he goes a little too far every now and then. And so that was a little before you're about to see these clips. And that kind of frustrates me because like, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like think about things that you do. You know what I mean? Like don't tell everybody, don't tweet it. Like if you want to joke in the chat or like during the stream, ha ha ha. But like when you tweet it, that's when it goes to that next level.
And if
so
that
that's
shoe was on the other foot, there would be a whole different reaction.
Right. So
I was texted about you, Will, by like 2-3 different people, and I was like, "Hold on,
see,
I gotta
that's so dumb.
do some research."
I bought flowers for fuck's sake.
I know you were crying, Honky. I know. I sent you tissues.
What are you talking about? I talked to your mom, and I was bringing the cheese balls. So
Leave her out of this.
You ought to see him cutting that off the big old cheese.
The cheese log. That's right.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So other than that, if you want to play the clip now, but like that kind of happened before. So I'm like, nah.
Yeah. So I think this was, the 20th. So whatever that was, 4 days ago. Thursday.
You were supposed to shoot them at your toys, but we often shot them at other individuals. What do you do? Trucker 18 Wheeler with $1.99 says, "Can this go to the U.S. Supreme Court?" I don't know. Ask Will Herren. He knows. Ask Will.
So the frustration I think that Aaron was having with you last week, and this is kind of what I wanted to talk about on Friday, was the fact like he's being a smartass because you keep clipping all the law tubers that are talking about Aaron's case, and he doesn't like the stuff you've been clipping because apparently it's not what he wants to hear, or it's not the narrative that that he agrees upon. So he's pretty much telling you right there that like you're clipping the wrong guys, right? Who's his buddy? Is it Nate the lawyer, the one that he loves so much?
No, Sean. And Sean's really cool.
Sean.
Yeah.
Can you back that up about 5 seconds?
I can.
Just to when he said ask Will Heron.
18 Wheeler with $1.99 says, "Can this go to the U.S. Supreme Court?" I don't know. Ask Will Heron. He knows.
What's he looking at? What the fuck is that? That when he does that slide thing, he's looking at his co-host, but there's nobody there. What is that?
You know who that looks like? That's the same look that dude from Clockwork Orange gave to his homeboys right before they went on that.
Alex DeLarge is fucking awesome. Aaron isn't. Okay.
We covered this.
That's a cool honky.
We covered this clip in another show, and I noticed that there's nobody sitting over there. Who the fuck is he? Who is he conspiring with?
He's looking over there. Listen, he's looking over there for the same reason he says we.
Yeah.
I mean, exactly. He's conspiring with somebody who's not there.
No, when he says we, he's talking about him and his foreline, his headline.
He's talking about steel toe, which he's talking about steel toe. Him as steel toe is a multiple entity, so he will say we.
I am betting. I would bet you any amount of money that when he's not streaming, he's having these conversations out loud with another person, and that's the person right now that he's talking to. He's talking to that co-host, that other person.
I don't know, man. Whoever it is, it's an evil son of a bitch, though, to give him that look.
You know, well, that's his conspiratorial partner. He does it a lot, but that when we watched this the last time, that was a really evil fucking look. Like I really got one over on Will Heron that time.
Got him.
And so go ahead. I'm sorry. I just wanted to bring that up. I wanted to bring it up the last time, but we kept going, and I didn't want to.
Good catch, though, Ingwe. Very good catch on that.
No, I definitely saw that. But yeah, he looks like John Lithgow in Raising Cain. That dude has multiple personalities in that movie, right? Like, he absolutely
he rehearses this shit off the air with his other self, and he's talking to that other
exactly
self.
What I'm getting at. Yeah, that's who he's talking. There's a mirror on the wall over there, and he looks at himself like that. Like, I guess fucking psycho.
You just got told by both of them, Will. Both of them were on your ass.
Nailed me.
Ask Will. Will will be able to tell you. Will, can we take this to the Supreme Court? Can we challenge this? Can we go all the way with this thing? Or is this a state issue? And we need to, and we're beholden to the state. Will?
Oh, no, hold on.
I run Will off.
Hold on, pause it, please, if you would. Okay, so he's doing this. I'm cleaning my house. I'm like taking out the trash. I have shit like, I'm sorry I'm not constantly sitting at the computer listening to Aaron, but like sometimes I got stuff to do around the house. So like I'm like taking out, like, I was taking out trash. I was moving something over here. Like I was doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna call bullshit. Bet you were watching Steel Toe, motherfucker.
It was. I was listening to it in the background
while doing stuff, right?
Yeah, while doing things. Like it wasn't like, oh, Aaron, oh my god, I gotta stop what I'm doing and just talk to Aaron.
Did you stop what you were doing and then talk to Aaron?
No. Yes.
Yeah.
Got him. Yeah, that's right.
Got him. Okay, Aaron, god damn it.
No, I do that shit all the time. I got it in the background. Like today, I knew I was gonna poke Melton because I was doing other shit, but I heard him. Yeah. What was he? Oh, yeah. No, I saw Chad went live and I was like, oh, Melton fucking hates when people tell him to go snipe Chad during the show. So I used my membership thing. I was like, snipe Chad. And I dropped that bomb and walked away knowing that he would fucking blow up. And everybody started messaging me like, oh, you're in trouble, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, I kind of knew that was going to happen, but I was laughing to myself knowing it would happen. So it's fun fucking with these guys and just doing other shit and listening to them. But yeah, I had to listen to Chad because he was talking about his trip to Key West. So if Melton would have sniped him, it would have saved me from having to go over to Chad's stream and watch it. I prefer to watch.
Lazy.
I prefer when he snipes. So yeah, it's better to watch it that way when they snipe him. Plus Melton really gets a reaction out of Chad. You know what I mean? When he knows he's being sniped, he like falls apart. It's funny as hell to watch too.
Sniper.
Yeah. So anyway, I kind of knew Melton was going to spaz on me. Apparently he did. I haven't gone back and watched it yet, but I look forward to seeing it because I'll be laughing. Yeah. Well, I hope my laugh's not that bad. All right. Well, I got a little bit more. You're more than welcome to take off if you got other shit to do. Will. Otherwise, I got the fetish account thing to go over. Just out of curiosity.
I'll stay with you guys. If you guys want me around, I'll stay.
I mean, what? You're no, you're welcome to stay, and we would like your input. Absolutely, hang out with us.
Let's do it.
Yeah. I don't know if you caught. This is from today, as a matter of fact. It's your clip. Of course, you know when it's from. When is this from? I just ask you. When is this from?
I think this is last week because I just put a bunch of stuff on Rumble today. But yeah. When was it? 4 days ago, last week. Yeah, this is where. Okay, I talked to Nick about this too, and he said obviously this is wildly incorrect. It never happened, and it like made him mad because like he was trying to insinuate that she would do something like that. But yeah, obviously, as we all know, none of this is correct. But that's what Nick said. He said it was bullshit.
Yingwei did a Irish goodbye. So see you later. I did see he said goodbye in the chat. So no, but that's not apparently. Here you go. Will, dude, plus we've got requests. No,
I can go. That's okay, man. I'll go hang out with you later, Dan. But if you want to do this clip real quick, then I'll bounce. That's okay.
No, we got Dan the man. I think he usually does Thursdays, but I don't know. Where are you gonna hang out with Dan at?
I don't know. I've been on this show before. I was there like in August when like Deb was there. So like Deb and Saul have been fighting for like a lot longer than what happened like a month ago. Like they were going at it with each other like in August, calling each other names and all kinds of things. So this has like been brewing before it all went down like earlier this month. Dan
the man, Chris Mack, member for 10 months. Thank you for being a member this whole time, Chris. You're the man.
What's up, Chris?
Is Ray here? Tell his pussy fur asses to unblock me. Did you hear that, Ray? Unblock Chris Mack. Quit being a pussy. That's right, pussy slur.
Pussy
F
bitch.
slur. F slur. Indeed.
Just say it. Call him faggot.
Yeah, we say faggot. It's fine. I'm here. You are not the real fucking Ray.
I was gonna say,
Stop.
is that Ray DeVito? Get out of here. No way.
It is the real Ray. Confirm.
Ray DeVito, he wears a Speedo. Isn't that neato?
He's not a pedo.
Give Ray the link.
Do it.
You should pick Ray in the chat. No, I guarantee if Ray looked and saw that Lemmy was here, he would not come here. There's a 0% chance. He's scared of Lemmy and Granny.
Pussy bitch. Scared of little old me. Come on, motherfucker.
But think about it. Like, there is not that many people that Ray would not be willing to go on a show with. He says it all the time. Like, oh, I don't want to go on with Liam.
Send Ray I bet he will. Send Ray the link.
Do it.
You little pussy. Look, I'm not going live. Yeah, he is afraid. You little bitch. You are a bitch.
All right. We'll send him the link.
Oh, my God.
Oh, actually, you have the link if you're in that other chat there. Ray DeVito.
I'm
But also
not
do-
doing that. Me.
I'm not going on. If Lemmy's there, she's a jerk. She's a real
I'm
meanie.
5'0" Ray, and you're scared of little old me.
No, Lemmy's a nuclear bomb.
All right.
No.
Yeah, you know that too. Don't give me you're not. You know. You know what you do, girl.
Little spitfire.
She do.
All right, so I just wanted to go over this FetLife thing because I did get some more info on that, and in fact, I guess we could just show that real quick. So yeah, here's the FetLife image you can see with you like when I get tarded like this over here off to the side. There you go. That's
good.
just the follow button, behind my head. But there you go. Steel toe, 38 M service switch, Minneapolis, Minnesota, United States. I'm just reading from top to bottom. There is not a profile pic. But yeah, roles, orientation, service switch, vanilla, undecided, orientation, bisexual. Let that sink in, folks. I'm giving you a second to really let it go deep
Nick thinks
into
that
your
Aaron
soul.
has a cum fetish. He thinks that like Nick thinks Aaron is all about semen. Like he's got a fetish about semen. So like if that means anything to you guys, that's out there.
So it is vanilla. I think that's code for semen drinkers, I guess.
Oh, no.
No, why would anyone think that steel toe has a cum fetish?
I drink your cum.
Like, why would people think that? I have no idea. I can't imagine why people would think that. It's weird.
Of all the things to lean into, like, come on, Aaron. Like, man. Just
They're
man.
coming, and they are coming at levels that you haven't even seen yet.
That's a fact. All right. Yeah, I'll read this part. Okay, so you can see there, same. Hey, you got take that off so they can see it. Unblock all of us, Ray, you fucking
Ray.
pussy. Chris Mack. There you go. Steel Toe joined FetLife April 20th, 2023. When was your event? When did you go up there, Lemmy? For the 9th anniversary. It was like June or July, right?
Oh
August?
man, I don't know, man. I'm a pothead. You can't ask me.
It was
specific
summertime.
dates.
It was summertime though, for sure. It was hot out.
I think it was August. It was nice, and it was like chilly at night, but it was nice.
So
Minnesota's beautiful. All the people in the fucking chat that are like, Minnesota sucks because of steel toe. That sucks so bad because Minnesota is probably one of the most beautiful places I've ever been in my life.
I've never been in Minnesota. Really? When were you there? Where were you at?
I was in Rockville, Minnesota, and they call it Rockville for that. If anybody's ever wondering why they call it Rockville, is because there's just rocks, rocks and fields and shit, and it's
Well, that makes sense.
beautiful. It's so nice. The cities are so cool. There's sky rises and like skyscrapers, and then you get out into the country, and the air is so crisp and pure, and the foliage is beautiful. I noticed the foliage because I live in Florida and there's a lot of that here. So I was just taking note of the different kinds of foliage in Minnesota, but
Smells different.
It smells good and crisp and pure where I was. It was great.
Jesus Christ,
Sounds
shut
like
this
something
shit.
right out of Norman Rockefeller.
I'm sorry, that's fine.
It felt like something out of a Norman Rockwell painting, man. It was beautiful. It was great. Don't let Aaron ruin Minnesota for you guys, is all I'm saying.
No, I had something to say, and then fucking chat threw me off. They're too funny sometimes. God damn it. Yeah. So okay. So we got April 20th there, and then a couple months later, you guys were up there. But yeah, it does kind of correspond with when maybe they were starting to think about swinging. So this absolutely makes sense.
So Nick said he's not a swinger. He said him and Kayla specifically are not swingers. Sorry.
So why did they go to wait a minute? They said that for real? That's,
You said they're
that's
not
that-
swingers.
what about when they went to hedonism? They were proudly at hedonism. I know that I heard Nick say that he's just an exhibitionist. He just likes showing his dong off at the pool or something like that.
Love hedonism.
But I can't imagine you go all the way to hedonism just to be an exhibitionist. It seems more like, oh, voyeurism, is that part of it? Did he say he liked to watch people fuck?
I'd go just for the experience, honestly. I'm not a swinger. And honestly, listen, at the risk of like being a Ricketta ball washer or whatever, how long have they been married, man? Let them freak a little bit. Jesus Christ. Let them freak.
Since
Yeah, I did.
Damn, Granny coming in hot tonight.
I'm drunk.
Oh, that's all right.
I've seen the interview of Nick talking about going to hedonism or whatever, and whatever. It didn't sound like he liked to swing, but I whatever. I just can't imagine that you would go all the way down there for not swinging. Also, he admittedly said he was going through like a midlife crisis, and that's when he started doing cocaine and whatever. He had a lot of money sitting around for doing all the law tubes, so it's kind of like, yeah, midlife crisis, and you got a influx of cash all of a sudden. Do you know anything about the affluenza part of it? Is he actually rich?
Love the word affluenza, but I would like to address this. They have kids. Who fucking cares? If that is so different from what and who you want to fuck as an adult, that it's weird that you bring up the fact that they have kids, man. You think that just because they have kids it doesn't mean they're adults that want to fuck?
Fair. Adults that have kids want to fuck. That is the thing. That's actually, in fact, I do believe how kids are made, to be honest with you. I think that's how it works.
Adults want to fuck.
I'm not sure, but I think that's how they get here. All right. There's no way that's the real Ray. I sent you the link, you piece of shit. Get in here.
Yeah, come on, pussy bitch.
You're a puss. You pussy. You're such a puss. All right, back to old Aaron. Let's hear from himself what he thinks about this whole FetLife thing. I thought it was interesting, and we definitely had screenshots about it. I'm not going to say that I heard from Ray DeVito about this FetLife thing a long time ago, because one of his chatters allegedly had brought it up to him. And I'm not going to say that person's name, but they had seen that profile.
Why not, pussy?
I don't want to say beloved chatter's name on the shows.
Oh, okay. That's fair. That's totally fair.
But so apparently there's a dating profile from before Aaron got with April that also had something on it that said bisexual. He will not share it with the world apparently, but whatever. It's been said to a few people, so you know how rumors get started, and I can't confirm it, and I'm not going to say I can, but that has been said. So there's multiple examples of him saying he's bisexual. So can you believe that? Yes, I do believe it. Anyone that's willing to swing or hang out with other dudes and see dong and sex happening, and I mean, one thing leads to another, right, guys? Molly, let's bring up the drug thing again. You know, you're not in your right frame of mind when you're on like Molly or cocaine. Like that's when you're open to suggestive stuff like that. And drunk.
I don't know about that, man. I've been a lot of cocaine, and I never thought, hey, I'd like
no
to
Molly. I think more than Molly.
Oh,
I did a lot. Listen, before I had kids, I did my fair share of ecstasy, and not once.
Did you get
not once
banged out by odd?
No, nope. I really liked Vicks Vapo Rub, but I was not about getting banged by a bunch of dudes or chicks. You know,
score
fair.
That's got to be in you.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, we're talking about Aaron here, and it might be in him. So there you go. Something might be in him, just like Chad, which we'll try to reveal here after this.
I just found out about this today. I haven't been sitting on this. Stop it. I haven't been hiding this from you. This is something that got emailed. I got a bunch of screenshots today. It got emailed to me. Did you? And by the way, I'm suspect of the person who sent this to me because I saw that you have to have a profile on this site to see this stuff, which means this person had a membership on this site. Do you know about the website? It's either called Fetty Life or Fet Life or something. It's a fetish website. So people put themselves out there.
It's short for Fetty Wap, probably. Here he is adjusting his ass, which we know is very much. Did you notice that since he's been with Slam Piece, that he's constantly having to readjust himself on his seat? Do you think it's from all the pegging?
Possibly.
That's all I can imagine it's from.
Maybe he's a bad wiper and he just gets an itchy ass.
Maybe he's got hemorrhoids.
Well, it's one of the two, right? It's either roids or pegging.
Who's to say it's not all three?
God. You remember that story when he was like, he's got hemorrhoids and getting pegged. That would really make your ass sore, I think. But yeah, when he went boxing and then the next day he was like, my ass is sore because I got hit in the ass. Like he directly got punched in the butt. Like, how does
not boxing, Aaron.
That's the weirdest boxing story I've ever heard in my life.
He punched me in my ass a bunch.
I don't believe your story, homie. It sounds more like you were doing something fucking very untoward, as Kiki would say.
Yeah.
And they like say what their fetish is and shit like that. And I guess people can talk to each other. I don't know. I've not signed up for it. I don't have an account. But somebody sent me an email today and they said, I found this, which means they're on FetLife. So they send me this thing and it was April and I. It was us as a couple seeking other couples.
Oh.
And I'm like, what? And they sent me like a bunch of screenshots of the profile. And like, it doesn't look like a joke. Like it's not making fun at all. It's like, it's playing like super straight laced. It's playing it like deadly serious, like totally legit to the max. And it is us as a couple seeking other couples. Now you might think, oh, Aaron, somebody did this as a
desperately seeking polycule instead of Susan.
A dog.
Joke after the.
Huh?
Oh, I was gonna say, how much you want to bet? This is a real thing. It really went down, and Nick Rekieta is the one that leaked all this right here. He knew because of April. April probably said something to him about it, but I bet you that Nick Rekieta is behind this nefarious act.
Well, that's why I wanted to show the date so badly, because it says April 2023. So that's what kind of, so that's kind of how we verify.
Right. I'm not saying that he is the one that made the account. I'm saying that he's just the one. April told them, hey, yeah, since they've been fucking each other, it was obvious they knew that they were at least swinging within the four of them. So my whole thing is, what if this is correct? This is a real deal. April and Aaron were on that. How this got out and about, I'm sure, was Nick Rekieta letting it slip out. You know what I'm saying? He addressed this after the fact, correct? After it was shown.
Who?
Aaron, but I'm not making any sense.
Yeah, we're this is like way after. This is just 4 days ago. So yes, long after.
Yeah, I'm not saying Nick Rekieta made a fake account. I'm saying that
he brought it up. He knew about it, found it, brought it up to the public.
Right. So
Gotcha.
I think it's real.
I got you. Why would you even address it if it's like some fake thing? Like, is Aaron? I'm not going to say is Aaron dumb, because we kind of all know. But I mean, why? He addresses shit all the time. I don't think he needs to. This is another one of them. He would probably be better off just not addressing it, right? Like there's times when you just don't address stuff.
I think
Like
someone
cum eating's another example of that, right?
Bingo.
Why address
him? And he was like, oh, I can have fun with this, or I can make a bet out of this, or I can slam somebody with this, or I can take a shot at somebody with this. But again, it blows up in his face. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the coyote as the Acme, anvil drops on his head always. Like this is a prime example of that. Like, haha, I got him. Zoinks. No, you're the clown. Womp womp.
Right. I mean, it's pretty much put into permanent record now that he's a cum eater, because we've all been joking and saying it so long. Like, what would a new person just coming along watching his show think about him being like, oh, yeah, I did that. I ate jitter, I'm not going to say it because I don't want to get clipped. But yes, you guys get the idea. Why would you admittedly say that on air? So now that people, that's their only experience with you, they're going to take that to the bank. They're gonna be like, oh, this guy's a weirdo.
Yeah, because he admitted it.
Yeah, just flat out admitted it. Exactly. Milky Two Mics is here. That's cool.
Baldo Bunker, all that shit stuff. No, this profile predates us even meeting those people. It predates all that. So one of two things happened. Either A, somebody is so mentally ill, and I hope this isn't the case, because this is like In Love With Me, weird, gay, like Selena level weird shit. So I would even lose more faith in humanity if someone made this as like a fake, because again, it's not like shitting on me. It's not making fun of us.
Well, how could they have made it like before they knew about swinging? That's what's making it so impossible. And like I was trying to say, when we found out that Anthony absolutely was in chats with his compound media, that's how we found out. Is you go look at the profile, you see that it was made 10 years ago, and that absolutely all the clips and all the live shit is on there. So it's him. End of story. It's that simple. But yeah, it's the same thing with this. Why would there just be some weird account profile made before any of this shit came out? It doesn't make any sense. Rock Bottom Podcast with Ray DeVito. I'm Boxing Lemmy and Wheelchair Racing Quad.
Oh no!
All right, box me.
Good luck with both of those fucking things, you dumb asshole.
Bring it.
You're a huge pussy, and I'm kind of badass. And Quad's been in a wheelchair for like 11 fucking years. You dumb piece of shit.
David Chandler says, "Box me, bitch, Ray."
Have you looked and seen if that's really Ray though? Did you?
It is.
You did. Okay. Goddamn, Ray must be drunk on some good shit tonight.
No, he ain't drunk, because usually liquor consists of liquid courage, and he'd fucking be here because he wouldn't be a huge fucking pussy.
Pussy boy. He's a pussy boy.
It's like it plays it straight. And it obviously it can't be me. I don't have an account, or April would have had to make this. Either somebody did it as like a goof or something like that, or like April made an account on FetLife, which I don't buy that one. Like I don't buy any possibility that it could be. Like I don't buy that someone would be.
There he is looking up to the wall again, right? Who's he talking to? Slam Piece? Is he trying to convince her?
His boo boo.
Yeah, I guess that's the only thing I could think of
over there.
I just don't understand the way overboard speculation on who or what it could be. So I don't know. It's kind of goofy. I don't know if there's any more to this that we need to actually cover. Maybe you just play a couple more seconds, but we get the idea. Either he made it, she made it. I can't imagine that it's a fake and that some troll made it. How could you have had the foresight to be like, oh, I gotta I gotta make a FetLife profile for April and Aaron. So after the wife swapping comes out, then I'll have this all set up just perfectly to make him look like a bisexual gay guy. And like I said, there was already that speculation out there anyway. So there you go.
Crazy enough to do that and play it straight. Like if it would have been a profile where somebody made it and it was like really ugly, disgusting pictures of us and just like the description was crazy and like, out of this world, whatever. Then I would buy that somebody was with me. But also, I don't think that she would do that. Like, I don't.
So he pretty much just said that it makes more sense that it is real because otherwise, if it was fake, wouldn't they have just like thrown everything at the wall and been like, "Yeah, I like trannies and blah," like all that stuff. So, what are you trying to make your argument for the fact that you did make it and or April made it? Because that's kind of what it feels like there.
I'm having too much fun in the chat making fun of my teeth, man. I'm sorry. Like, I'm clowning out.
So distracted by chat.
We paying attention.
We've had a funny ass chat.
Hey, your chat.
I will say, they the second you came in here, they've been all over you. Well, they don't get a chance. They don't get a chance to go after you all the time. You know what I mean? Okay. You don't do tons.
He has a Twitter chat. He has a Twitter. You can go after him. You can totally go after him. You don't have to wait till he comes on BYB.
No, they want to get him on a show and beat him up. That's way more fun. I get it. Too.
Totally okay. But I'm gonna go, guys. Y'all, thank you.
No, before you take off, tell everybody where they can find you. I know that we've been showing your clips tonight, so that's a ringing endorsement in and of itself. But everybody check out Will at all these places. What do you got coming up, man?
You can find me and my teeth at YouTube's TV's Will Herren. If you want to watch TV, if you still do that, KDN.com. You can see me there doing a sportscast live or the Raging Cajun and everybody else. So go to Stallings, subscribe to him, give him love. Sotojo, Burrow, Doom, go give them love. Everybody, take care of everybody. Thank you very much for letting me come out, guys. I appreciate you. And you too.
Hell yeah, brother. Thanks for coming on. We do appreciate that.
Honky, go ahead, buddy. Honky, what's up?
Have a good evening.
You too, but it was nice talking to you.
You as well.
Thank you, Quad.
That's the best outro I've ever heard in my life. Thank you, Quad. Everybody should just do that at the end of every show. Thank you, Quad. I like the sound of that. It's nice. It's got a certain je ne sais quoi to it. I don't know.
Do you know what je ne sais quoi even means?
No, I don't.
It means I don't know what in French.
Perfect then, because I don't know shit. That's perfect. Are you serious? That's what it means? You shit. You better not be fucking with me right now.
I swear to God, je ne sais quoi. I don't know what.
Okay, well, that's funny because the only thing I learned in German or can remember from my German class is ich weiß nicht, which means I don't know. I don't speak. I don't understand. Perfect, right?
It means he has a certain, I don't know, something.
He's got a way about him.
Yeah. I'm not sure what it is.
It's yes. Yeah, Will Herren. I mean, yeah, he's an influential man. He's got influenza, not affluenza. So he's influential. He's got great teeth, great hairline, best hairline in the biz.
Straight across.
Hey, you think a lot alike.
So was Adolf Hitler's when he was a child.
Listen, my heart goes out to Will Herren.
Elon Musk? Oh, I thought you were talking about Elon this time. My heart goes out to you. Good thing I can't do it properly.
You could have tried.
God damn, that's funny. Will's teeth are now burned into my monitor screen. It's there forever, too. You'll never be able to get rid of it. It's too fucking funny.
Good one.
Next one I got up here, you'll probably be interested in this still because we're still talking about Nick Rekieta. Nick Rekieta. Did you catch this? I think we've talked about you not hating PPP and Warski. I do hate both of them just because they're very annoying and hard to watch, especially the PPP guy bouncing around.
They're incredibly boisterous, but I get it.
The Warski guy, now that I know he's just a hooker banging cokehead,
that's pretty badass. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to Vegas soon, and I'm not really. I've been joking about getting a hooker, but that's not real. That's like, I was saying, like, yeah.
PPP like showed off his butthole. That's like the bravest thing you could do on the internet. So you got to give him props a little bit.
Is that why Melton lost his Twitter account? Did they find that old one? Posted, but it had a hat on it. It was like, oh, I don't know if that hides it completely. I posted it, and I absolutely lost my shit.
I don't know. I respect Kiki more because she's got butthole pics out there, man. That's brave. That's so brave.
Oh, that's revenge porn, according to them. No, she's backed off on calling that revenge porn now. But
yeah, that's ridiculous. That's fucking ridiculous. Taking pictures of your own butthole and putting them on the internet versus
specifically,
versus somebody sending out your nudes to fucking people you don't want. She's fucking stupid. She's dumb.
B Smiley the third. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's all right. Go ahead.
B Smiley the third. I've seen that PPP screenshot, and I still haven't seen Keanu's. Well, you're seeing them in the wrong order, then, sir. Go find Jings and things as butthole pick. It's out there also.
I'm sure it's in my Discord.
What am I talking about? What am I talking about? You don't know what I'm talking about? I thought
that was bad. That picture of I don't remember who sent me the picture, but like curse them to hell. That was bad. I love Jings. Shout out Jings, by the way. Whoop whoop.
I've seen way too many butthole pictures. Gavin McGinnis is another one. Yeah, thank you, Honk. That's perfect.
Will you send me a picture of Gavin McGinnis's butthole?
It's the worst thing you've ever seen.
I'd like to see it.
The worst.
Oh, if you thought him without his beard was disgusting, wait till you see his butt.
No, it can't be worse than the Jings and things butthole pic.
Oh, it's miles. Yeah,
it can't be.
You can confirm. It is way worse. Way worse. He was having a bad picture. He was having a bad picture day. He needs to retake that school photo
on his butthole. Jinx had shit on his actual butthole. How can that be worse? How can
it's worse? It's worse. I'll send it to you after the show.
Yes, I do, laundry room. Yes, I do. I want it now. I want it now.
I'll send it to you on air. I think I can find it quickly. Here, I'll play this while I do so. And then we'll commentate on this. So yeah, obviously these dudes are not huge fan of the Ricada, and they are going to speculate some things about hackamania, which I will be going to, and not getting a hooker or cocaine. Promise you that. Even if they're hot hookers, I've heard the stories. They are hot. The hottest ones in the world are in Vegas, but yeah. All right, let me play this, and I'll find a butthole pics for you. You're welcome.
Now, Mr. Lewis says, I think this is his attorney. Aside from that date, Your Honor, and just to flag it for the court's awareness, Mr. Ricada has a pre-existing commitment out of state in the first part of May, specifically May 9th through the 10th. And then Ricada pipes up and goes, sorry, 8th and 9th. And Mr. Lewis goes, 8th and 9th. Okay, yes. So Ricada is asking the judge's permission to leave the state of Minnesota so that he can go to Hackamania, Melton the pedophile show in Las.
That's pretty hardcore to just flat out say Melton the pedo. Like, I don't know where these guys get off saying that.
That'd be something you can get sued over, I think, actually.
It kind of feels like slander to me, and I don't know all these guys that keep saying that shit. He might have a slander case for.
No. Seems like the First Amendment right to me. You're allowed to say whatever the fuck you want.
No, not that I disagree with that, but there's also slander and defamation. I know he can say whatever he wants. Maybe they're smarter than we are on the law, or
I would hope
I guess
so.
I shouldn't have thrown.
They say a lot of shit. They do a lot of shit like that. They just straight up come out and melting the pedophile. Like, wow, that's a strong statement, but you're allowed to say things.
Right. Well, I mean, if we were to protect someone's right to say things, so like the Melton making jokes, I guess is what should be protected compared to these guys. Just like, you
everybody should be protected.
You get to keep your character, and if people
everybody should be protected. If you think that the people who are if you think that, then you should think that PPP saying that is okay. Truly.
I know with the way the law works, I'm not necessarily against him saying that. I just, it does seem pretty hardcore considering he knows the facts behind this. And the furthest that Melton went was with that whole, should we allow pedos to look at AI pornography, like underage?
That is an incredibly sensitive. Here's the thing. That's an incredibly, it's an incredibly sensitive topic. But people have those kinds of conversations more often than you would think. You know, those are adult types of conversations. The whole AI pedophilia thing. You can't help that pedophilia is a thing. You know, and it's terrible. It's absolutely, and I'm not saying it's right, the AI pedo thing. That's fucking terrible. It's still a conversation, you know. I don't understand it. It bothers me that we're not allowed to talk about adult things or that seem taboo or whatever without being labeled as some thing. It's just stupid. I love having difficult conversations. Most right-minded adults love to have those kinds of difficult conversations, even though they're uncomfortable, man. Have uncomfortable conversations. Abso-fucking-lutely. I'll wash his balls. I'll wash his balls so goddamn good.
Numero uno, Josh Denny fan. I whatever. I appreciate the trolling he does, especially with Chad. That's good shit.
Absolutely. I'm drunk also, numero uno. I'm sorry. But I don't know. I don't think conversations of any type should be off limits. If you're going to talk about something, fucking talk about it. I'm sorry if you're offended, but if you're offended, maybe you need to be offended.
Yeah. No, that happened to me once. You straightened me out. I did appreciate that. I got really pissed off and offended, and then I was like, yeah, you kind of brought me back to earth. I appreciated it. Reverend Billy,
hold on. He said a dude was just arrested for AICP. Is that uncomfortable? Of course it's uncomfortable. Is that a good reason for us just to not talk about it? Should we stop talking about things because it makes us uncomfortable? I feel like we should talk more about things that make us uncomfortable. We should sit in our uncomfortability, you pussies.
Fair enough. All right, where was this?
I'm drunk. Sorry, I'm not responding.
No worries. No, we have fun. Lemmy's a fun drunk. I like it. Reverend Billy, quad, we're having tornado warnings up in North Oregon. That's news to me, buddy. Had not heard that, but it is windy as a motherfucker down here. I don't know if we're going to get a tornado out of it, though. There you go. I'm very uncomfortable right now. Sorry, Ozone. Sorry, man. Sorry. We'll stop talking about it. I promise.
Vegas. Imagine pleading guilty to fucking coke possession and then asking the judge's permission to go party in Las Vegas on the weekend. What sort of priorities are that, bro? What is he fucking, and I guess he's gonna get to go. So I don't know, that's pretty crazy, you know. That's pretty wild, buddy.
Yeah, I did see. I'm trying to think. Gosh darn it. I think I didn't bring up. Maybe I have it. On Twitter, I did see Ricada talking about that. But yeah, it sounds like it's got to get approved by the judge and the probation officer before it actually happens. Oh, that's right. It was Misery Loves Clips. It was on. He retweeted. He didn't retweet it. He responded to it, but that's what he was saying. But yeah, I don't know. These guys are pretty high and mighty considering that whole story about them in Vegas getting treated to cocaine and hookers and all that stuff. I love how that story just came out not that long ago, but yeah, they could brag all they want to about how fucked up it is that Rekieta can now go down to Vegas and do whatever he wants. I don't think that's what the thing says. Like, he can go down there for 2 days. He has to have like very specific, itinerary. So anyway, I'm going to be in Vegas, and I can't wait to not necessarily meet Nick Rekieta. I can't wait to meet everybody, but also Nick Rekieta will be there, which is kind of interesting. It would be awesome if like April was there too. Ethan Ralph, that would be awesome. I hope he shows up too, man. It's going to be fun.
I'll tell you what, if Nick Rekieta is at Hackamania with April, I'm gonna feel some sort of way because he's got 5 fucking kids, and Hackamania coincides with Mother's Day. So I am gonna feel some sort of way. It'd be cool, but like that's kind of fucked up.
I don't disagree with that.
Make April watch your fucking kids, and then go to Hackamania with Kayla.
Right. Yeah. My mom is not gone yet. And I did feel weird when I looked up the date and it was like Mother's Day. It was like, son of a gun. It's like, yeah, it's hard to miss that one, but it's like, all right, it'll probably be like the first one I've ever missed. So therefore it's probably not a big deal. I'm good about showing up to everything as far as family goes. So maybe I'll get a free pass on this one.
Knife set or something.
I think I'll plan ahead, if you know what I mean. I'll go get some good stuff before I leave town to make sure that she has something when Mother's Day comes. So I better be a good boy. Welcome, Adam Dice Hughes. How you doing, brother?
Let me, quite contrary. Shave that pussy, it's so damn hairy.
Maybe.
Maybe. I feel like I've heard that joke before. I guess that's why his name. Yeah, Dice is here. Hell yeah. Jack and Jill went up the hill, both with $1.25. Jill came down with $2.50. Indeed. All right.
I gotta pee so bad.
Yeah, go for it. We're gonna jump into some Chad stuff. I think we better get into the Chad stuff just because that's the entire theme of the thumbnail. So if we don't do it now, okay, we were gonna do like Anthony and Opie and all that stuff too. We're not gonna have time to do that. What do you got?
This Chad Zumock? What are you talking about?
Oh no, you got free merch. Did you get stickers?
I got stickers, I got magnets, I got a t-shirt, and I got a
awesome. I like your vibe tonight. Doing well, folks.
Drunk.
Doing well.
Maybe I should become an alcoholic. I'd be so much cooler.
No, stop.
Maybe.
I mean, that's the other thing we could watch too. Oh fuck yes, we're gonna jump into that first. Go take a pee, and when you get back, we got something for you to watch and commentate on. All right.
Hold on. I'd like to address numero uno Joss Denny fan. Lemmy will be a fan of any host who is nice to her. I dare you to find any kind of chat or interaction with Chad before the last 3 months that I've had. I challenge you to do that. I watched Chad's show silently. He's never been nice to me before I met him. So just FYI.
He wasn't even nice to Joey, Granny. He was never nice to any of you guys. But once you met, that was that. That's what he says.
I've been a fan of Chad since Steel Toe went after Chad. So
Fair enough. And we gave Ethan Ralph maybe the Chad Zumock game plan. Maybe he can go down that road if you wanted to too.
Speaking of Ethan Ralph,
kind of aware of it. Yeah.
Speaking of Ethan Ralph, okay, did I imagine all that story about the cocaine trip to Mexico? Were you not around when that was told about him and Will?
With Will Herren?
Yes.
I remember vaguely that story coming up. I just I didn't have enough info to give fireworks or help out with you on that one.
All right.
You were kind of on your own on that, and I didn't have any more info to go with.
Well, Ethan is the one who said it. He says, "Yeah, ask Will Herren about it. He'll tell you." I guess apparently Ethan had a gal in the motel room with him, and yeah, they were doing blow and stuff. So
maybe we need to get some more out of Ethan Ralph to get there.
Yeah, you should have just put on the breaking news thing. God damn it!
Next time.
All right.
All right, let's get into some Chad Zumock, who had the entire week with his buddy Nick Swardson last week. And we will not be able to have a chance to watch the Anthony stuff, like I said, but we will watch this from today.
To be honest with you, I headed into Key West, and I wasn't feeling great. I feel great now, but when I got there, initially I was like, I don't know. But it turned out to be a nice trip. Key West is a lot like Vegas. Anything past 3 days, it's just too much. On the third day, me and my date, he was
on the third day of Key West, my true love came to me.
Now, Key West is known to be like the gayest place on the East Coast, I think, right? Isn't that the rumor? Bunch of Jewish folks and a bunch of gays. Hey, look at Bill from Jersey gifting him 5 memberships. You suck, Bill from Jersey. You suck.
But yes, absolutely, you're correct. Key West is very
Sounds very gay.
It sounds very gay, indeed. All right, let's go ahead and break this down a little bit.
Was wiped out. I was wiped out. Like, we had enough partying and hanging out. She was awesome. She rented scooters for us, so we were zipping around Key West, and we had a blast. If you ever go to Key West, get a scooter. It's so much fun.
I mean, is there anything gayer than cruising around on scooters? Like, seriously? That's a thing. Scooter. That sounds like a episode of like Reno 911 in Florida or something. He should be wearing Officer Dangle's outfit.
Well, actually, it's pretty gay. It's pretty gay to go to Key West with a gay man. So yeah, well,
bingo. Yeah, but he said he took a date. Like, he had a date with him. I've never heard.
It was probably Bill from Jersey or somebody like that. Come on now.
Yeah, because nobody has ever said, yeah, I saw a girl with Chad Zumock. Like, I've never heard an example of this. Not one time in my life. So when he started talking about like, oh, I had a date with me. Of course, he said it was a she, but I just really cannot imagine that Chad Zumock brought a lady friend with him. It had to be Nick Swardson, who he met down in Key West. And he's trying to dispel the rumors that he knew would come from this. He's trying to squash it. He's trying to squash him immediately right out of the gate with his little story here. I believe that's what he's doing.
Yep, I agree with you. He's trying to get out in front of it before it becomes a deal, but everybody already knows kind of the shit, man. So good luck with that there, Chadley.
He's got one of those wrists just like Aaron.
Yeah.
One of them limp type wrists. One of them
jazzy hands. Jazzy
hands. Yeah, exactly.
So much fun to do. And then we had a great time. Tony and his wife came down. Tony Mazer. His wife's awesome. She's great. We went to
that's the person we need to get on the horn is Tony Mazer. So next time anybody has a chance to get in his chat and be like, so yeah, did Chad have a man friend down in Key West, or was he just hanging out with Swardson the whole time? I think we all know the answer to that, but K Murph says Palm Springs and Key West. Right. So that even kind of more confirms the fact that he probably didn't have a lady with him going to both locations. There you go. That would even make more sense that he did not have a lady friend with him. He just was hanging out and hooking up with his buddy, his really close buddy that he hangs out in the closet with. Well, actually, let's just face it. Swardson is not in the closet.
No, Jews and gays, but I repeat myself. I mean,
Florida?
Yeah, Florida and out there, Palm Springs. Yeah, pretty bad.
Down that way. Right. I was going to say Lemmy and Granny might take offense to that, but anyone else in Florida, you let us know. Is it one of the gayest places on earth? Probably. Like as you can see on the thumbnail of the show today, that's not a joke. It's not a joke.
Lunch, we had drinks, we did all the bars. It was a lot of fun. I didn't really see Swardson while I was there because Nick lived there for a year and a half. So he's like the mayor down there. He knows everybody. But we had the big show at the Key West Theater and it was packed, beyond sold out.
Wait a minute. Have you ever seen Chad take his hat off and scratch his head?
Not like that.
I don't think I've ever seen that happen before.
No, I've never seen him. Actually, you're right. I can't recall him ever removing his cap during any stream.
No. I have not either.
It's looking pretty greasy, actually. Did you see that?
Right. But, my point was like he starts once again, I think he's trying to get out in front of the fact that he was hanging out with Swardson the entire time. So how does he do that? He says, I barely even saw Swardson. So Chad is constantly saying like Nick is one of my best friends, my good old buddy Nick. Like, oh yeah, we hang out and talk on the phone all the time. It's another one of those situations. But yeah, all of a sudden you go down to Key West and he just disappears and you don't see him the whole time.
Chad and Nick are close, Quadfather. They're just not that close.
You be the judge.
You be the judge.
I didn't really.
But yeah, let's just see how he reacts to this.
See Swardson while I was there because Nick lived there for a year and a half. So he's like the mayor down there. He knows everybody. But we had the big show at the Key West Theater and it was packed, beyond sold out. And
so anyway, I don't know if I believe any of what he just said. And that's only 1 minute worth. He bombed through that real quickly. Did he give you any more details on the lady or Tony Mazur and his wife or hanging out? So he bombed through that in 1 minute. That his entire Key West summation is 1 minute's worth.
Yeah. And you would expect if he was getting him a girl that he'd be boasting about that somewhat.
He wouldn't have shut up about it, dude. He would have been on and on, I think.
Yeah,
but whatever. Hey, good for him. Good for him in Swardson. Congrats, guys. We're fine with it.
I just checked my my Discord DMs, Quadfather.
You're welcome. Is that the worst thing you've ever seen in your life?
Not worse than Jing's. It looks way more painful than Jing's.
Yeah, I mean, admittedly, he had a rash or whatever, and he was having problems.
I don't know. The butthole, it's, I don't know, man. I don't know. That kind of does look worse than Jing's. You might be right.
That's some bad butthole. Thanks a lot, Gavin, for sharing that to the world. Yes, Gavin McGinnis, he owns everybody with he's owning everybody. He owns the left with his butthole pictures. We know he shoved a what do they call them? Butt plug. He put a butt plug up his ass to own the libs. He kissed Milo to own the libs. He does lots of gay shit to own the libs. It's kind of weird.
Don't tell me to keep Jings out my fucking mouth, Crew Jones. Whoop whoop. Jings is family. You can suck my dick.
Whoop whoop.
I love Jings more than you, motherfucker.
I give him a lot of a bad time, mostly.
I
but it's fun.
love Jings.
He's entertaining. I'll say that. All right, so we're just kind of going through this this week that Chad spent down in Key West. Oh yeah, you're Florida. Key West, infamously gay.
Nah, well, yeah, do have this thing called the Fantasy Fest there, and there's a lot of gay shit that happens at Fantasy Fest. So yeah, I'm gonna say yeah.
Some people in the chat were saying like some of the gay bars down in Key West are pretty on point. I guess there's like a gay area where there's a bunch of bars that are all gay bars. Anyway, I would not.
Crew Jones says no. I love him more, bitch. I don't fucking think so. Name one song off the Amazing Jekyll Brothers album, and I'll believe you, motherfucker. No, you don't. I do.
I'm gonna be seeing ICP in October.
Let's go all the
Are you
way.
really?
Yeah, they're at the Aftershock Festival I'm going to. They're like one of the very few rappers, Cypress Hill and Tech
cool.
Nine.
Oh my god, I'm super jelly.
Sacramento.
Yeah, you
Oh
know
my God.
Aftershock
Oh
Festival.
yeah, that's where I thought. I didn't know if they had one up there too.
Nope, down there. Yeah.
God damn.
I got there about a half hour early, and then Nick got there about 20 minutes to showtime, and we talked in the green room. Nick's not drinking at all. He's done. He's out. I couldn't believe it. He's like, yeah, I'm out. I'm done. And I was like, if Swartson's out and if David Tell's out, then we're all out. We got to all quit now. It's all done. But the show is great.
You hear that, Lemmy? The fun's over. Everybody's got to quit. No, bad timing.
A lot of fun. I'll tell you what happened to me. Listen, I'm catching up with you guys. Sorry if it's boring, but I got to.
Okay, so here comes the story that I wanted to point out, and the simple fact is all this Anthony Cumia stuff. Anthony got the gig on radio, and of course, Opie's been going back and forth with him. But anyway, so you know that Chad Zumock knows that Anthony got his gig on radio. So here comes his story from Key West, of course, having to do with radio. So here we go.
Oh man, I couldn't tell you. I really couldn't tell you how much I'm not paying attention to you, and I'm paying attention to Chad.
No worries. I just wanted to get this out of there. Then the next one, the next clip we have to play has a little more to do with you. So we'll see.
So, we talked to the stage manager or the direct, whatever the fuck they're called, the sound guy, and I did 20 minutes up top. Nick did over an hour. And they turned down the house lights, and the guy in the back says, "Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your first act, Chad Zumock." And I come out, and they turn up the lights. And as soon as I grab the mic, there's a table of 3 women to my right. They just yell, "Cleveland!" I'm like, what? It threw me off completely. I was like, what the fuck? Because I just assume when I do these shows, nobody knows who I am. I don't talk about Dabbleverse. I remember one time Sketty Tooth John said, yeah, I guess she was like, she said to somebody like, yeah, Chad didn't even talk about Dabbleverse on stage. It was really weird. I'm like, yeah, I don't talk about it. I'm not proud of it.
It's niche as fuck. Why would anybody talk about it?
That doesn't even make any sense. I don't even know why that's part of the story, but yeah, like Sketty Tooth John. I don't think that she's like low IQ enough to really give a fuck if he talked about Dabbleverse stuff while she was watching his comedy set. That doesn't even actually add up to me.
It really
doesn't. This whole whatever. We're almost 3 minutes into this clip, and I don't believe any of it so far. Not fucking one sentence out of his mouth.
Can I ban him? Can I ban him? You're
no,
banned.
Stop it.
You're
stop.
banned.
You know
banned.
the rules of BYB. No banning.
You're fucking banned.
Crew Jones, you better watch your ass, man. She's in a mood, bro. Watch it.
I don't promote this world. I'm ashamed, but I really am. I'm ashamed to be a part of it.
But yeah, like that was the other thing. He was like, Chad Zumock, welcome to the stage, Chad Zumock. And he went up there and took the mic and people screamed Cleveland at him. What is the chance? So you said,
Maybe
obviously
they thought
this
he
is
was
niche as
Carey.
fuck. No, but you're saying the Dabbleverse is niche as fuck, but Chad Zumock is the most unknown person on earth as far
Is
as
he?
comics
He opens for Nick Swardson. So I don't know.
well, Felicia Gillespie opens for Tom Green, so I don't know. We can make comparisons.
Oh, that's fair. That is actually very fair.
I opened once for Red Fox at Caesars in Reno.
Interesting.
Well, that was a lie, but I just want to say that everybody's opening for somebody.
I thought you were lying. I was like, what? I didn't even know you were a comedian. Where's this coming from? You never told me you were a comedian.
Oh, I'm not. I mean, you should know that.
It's as honest. It's as honest as this story we're hearing from Chad right now.
Exactly. That was my whole point.
Maybe I'm vulnerable to bite right now because of this shit. Like I said, I believe not a word out of his fucking mouth so far, just to be honest with you.
So when I do stand up, I separate the worlds. And anyways, them yelling Cleveland threw me off completely. I did my time, brought up Nick, and then afterwards I was selling merch. We're doing it shirts. And I mailed one out to Eva. She got her shirt. I think Miss Tay got hers in Australia. So there you go. You're welcome. I'm a nice guy. But afterwards I was selling the merch and the three girls came up. One girl's name was Sarah. She was really cute. And I forgot the other two. We took photos, but they were fans of mine from my old radio show in Cleveland. And they were like, yeah, we moved down here and we're huge Swardson fans. We had no idea you were going to be here. And they're like, it was unbelievable. I haven't seen you in.
Oh, son of a bitch. I don't know why it does this from Drive. Drive, fuck you, Google Drive. You suck. All right, where are we at? 350. All right, we didn't have that much more to play, you son of a bitch. I hate.
To be honest with you, I headed into Key West.
Oh, that even got louder.
I don't care anymore. It's gone. It's like so. It's so funny when I run into people from Cleveland, like, man, the fucking show sucks without you. I'm like, yeah, the show's not. Yeah, I don't care anymore. It's gone. It's like so gone. It's not even a fucking thing anymore in my life.
I don't even care, dude. Like, it's so far out of my life. Like, I can't believe these girls knew who I was from Cleveland. Like, when I was on the radio and stuff, dude. Dude, totally. Right, guys?
Dynamite!
Yeah, I believe him.
I believe him.
I do believe him.
Of course. Why, goddamn you, Lemmy. Son of a bitch.
Lemmy, I believe him. I said I believe him. Was I sounding sarcastic? I wasn't trying to.
You did.
I believe.
No, it's okay. I know the Chad hate around here. I know everybody hates Chad. That's probably why I like him so much. I tend to really like the people everybody hates.
Yeah. I don't think you're a Chad ball washer or anybody ball washer.
Oh, I'm such a Chad ball washer, dude.
It's all good.
You are?
Yeah, why do you think she just said she knew the story?
No. I'm definitely a Melton ball washer, but like Chad, when it comes to Chad, I'm indifferent. He's very funny. I like Chad. I do like Chad as like a person. I met him in real life. He seems like a cool fucking dude.
You enjoyed his company then. He was a good guy.
He gave me money. He gave me like $300. So
that is nice.
Nice.
I did like
10 yeah, they were very nice, but they were.
Lemmy believes it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I did like 10 seconds on his stream that night at the hotel, and he still paid me.
Wow.
That's dope.
Yeah, that was.
Chad is funny in what universe? It's subjective. Come on, folks.
They were fans of mine from the show, but it completely threw me off. Like I went blank for a second. I was like, but anyways, that was cool.
I bet that happens a lot.
But since Anthony's getting back into radio, I guess I got to get back in, right? Steel Toe's coming back. He wants to go back to terrestrial radio. I got to go back. I'm going back, everybody. So I want to get my old job back at WMMS. That's the plan. In fact, I see you in the chat, Ken Mosca. I see you, Fernum. I will be there shortly. I'm not looking at the free chat right now, but I see the super chats. In fact, my old show is on right now. I'm going up against it. My old show right now has 81 people watching live on YouTube where they promote the show heavily in commercial breaks. Go watch Alan Cox on YouTube.
All right. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much like Opie too. Like Opie gets no views on YouTube, and he used to promote his show on, and like, obviously if you suck, you suck. So 89 views from a show that's on broadcast. But I think this entire concoction that Chad's doing is because Anthony got a new job at WABC in New York City. So I don't believe any of what he just said about having fans showing up from his old radio station. What do they call that when you use a story to get to a place? It's a vehicle. It's a vehicle. That's what they call it. So I think that entire story was a vehicle to get him to the place where he could bring up Anthony. So I don't believe that he ever had 3 fans from Cleveland down in Florida watching him. But if you believe him, Lemmy, that's fine. I'm cool.
I'm going to tell you this. I don't care whether to believe him or not.
I love it.
No, that's fair enough. I don't believe him, and that's why I clipped that whole portion, because I thought it was absurd when I heard it today.
If it makes him happy, if it makes him happy to believe it, just let him. Why not just let him believe it?
Well, I'm not that way with Chad. We don't have that kind of just let him have his lies kind of a relationship. I'm point out the lies relationship with Chad. Absolutely. But anyway, so I have no proof one way or the other. I just thought it was really bizarre that Anthony gets a radio and then all of a sudden that happened today. So
yeah, hold on. Yeah, Lemmy's down with the clown. Yeah, fuck out of here if you ain't down with the clown. Everybody jumps to the
clown around.
Come on now.
All right. Well, actually, having you here, maybe to see if we could get some inside information on the next story, and then we'll just call it a night after this. So let's.
Is it about ICP?
Negative.
No.
But I do find I wonder what kind of people. So I'm going to a total shit show. You know what I mean? The Aftershock Festival. It's like Slayer and Iron Maiden and Motley Crue, Pantera, Disturbed. But
what is this, 1999?
Yeah, it is for me. I'm people make fun of Ray all the time. They're like, dude never got out of the 90s. Like every reference he has is from the 90s. He's like, yeah, I kind of relate, dude. My life is stuck in I'm wearing a fucking Slipknot shirt. And Slipknot's going to be there too, FYI.
I saw Slipknot. They sucked. Yes.
They're not my
I'm
favorite.
A sleeper. I'm a sleeper, Big Black. You wouldn't tell. You couldn't tell by looking at me, but yes. Yes.
Yeah, the last couple of years I saw Nine Inch Nails, Alice in Chains, Megadeth, all very much better than Slipknot, I would say. Yeah, way better.
I was very
Are you fucking serious? Reverend Billy, you're going to be there? Wow. Like I'll be cruising down to anyway. If I see you there, I see you there. Whatever, you hit me up in DMs. It's all good. I haven't learned anything since 2012. Okay, yeah. Are you talking about like our references? My references stopped in 2012-ish also, buddy. I think that's when they stopped making good everything. Good movies, good music, good everything. It's kind of around that period of time. I think the last, there you go. There's our Juggalo Lemmy.
Whoop, whoop. Whoa, whoa. I fucking love ICP. I've loved ICP since I was 11 years old. I'm 38.
Scary. That axe you had is kind of scary.
Shout out Balls Deep. He gave them to me.
Oh, that's a throwing axe?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. You got a set. Nice. So that's after Deer Fest and all that?
No, that was before Deer Fest, I believe.
Oh, your big swingers party you went to?
Yeah.
You and Aaron. Oh, there you go. Don't throw up throw up your You're welcome.
I can't even do it. I can't even take a sip.
Swallow that load. Come on, Lemmy. Swallow that load down. Just swallow it down.
I'd rather die.
Just imagine it sliding down the back of your. Okay, anyway, sorry.
No, I would rather
God.
die. I would rather die a horrible, painful death.
I made it weird, didn't I?
Yeah, it got weird real quick.
What? Come on, Honk. I know you love these fun conversations like you.
Oh, yeah. I just don't know where to cut in at. But yeah, that's great. Great stuff.
I drink your cum.
All right. Oh, okay. So back to what I don't even know what I fucking was about to say. I totally lost. I'm sorry. That got weird. All right, let's move into this.
Hold on. Slam free poetry. I can do it better. Hold on. I've practiced this. Look at that. Now I'm Lemmy from Motorhead.
Damn. Yeah, no shit, right? Hell yeah. You feel like going to the Viper room tonight later?
I'm telling you, I feel like it. I feel like ODing on some heroin tonight. Yeah.
Heron. Here, yeah. Right on. So I don't know if you caught this last night, Lemmy, or if you were around when it was happening, but I want to find out the veracity of these here rumors, and I guess we're not looking at rumors
here. I really don't know what's going on. We're in the middle of moving, and Granny's like taking care of our old house, and I'm just like being lazy at our new house. So I don't know what Granny's doing right now. So like this whole Jack thing, I know he's like getting drunk and weird, but like that's the extent of what I know about it.
Yeah, I know he's going through it and whatever, he's got stuff going on, but yeah, I didn't know on Granny's end, and I did hit up Jack today, and he said, yeah, for sure. Granny was pissed off and took off, and
He is.
I didn't know if it was a work or what the.
I'll tell you this: it's definitely not a work, because the private DMs, breaking the fourth wall or whatever the fuck, like. Granny is like sick of it, and for Granny, the alcoholic, to be sick of somebody else's alcoholic behavior is that's a fucking. I'd be checking myself at that point.
Yeah, that's the only advice I've been giving Jack lately. He's like, yeah, all right, I get you're going through it, man, but give it up ASAP, because you don't want it to last forever. That's all there is to it. If it becomes a habit, then you're stuck in your.
Now, okay, did he not have a close family member that passed away recently, which is why he's drinking this heavy? Yeah.
No, his mom's not dead.
Oh, what? Okay, now you got breaking news. Breaking news, Lemmy.
From what I know, she's not dead.
Holy shit! Now, okay, am I hearing? Look, you see, you cannot do this to an older gentleman like me. I'll start thinking I was, I had a different thought, or I thought something and I forgot it. But I
don't know, though. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know. Like, I don't.
Okay,
I don't know. I don't know his life. Yeah, I heard him say it, but like.
Okay.
I even heard a rumor that they lost her ashes and shit. Like I thought it was real.
I heard that Uncle Jack fucked her dead corpse.
Oh, okay.
Wow, you win.
Huh.
All right. Well, that's very interesting to hear that, because that's what I've been led to understand for weeks at this point. Even to the point of sending my sympathies multiple times. And everybody has.
I don't know. She could be dead. I don't think she's dead.
Oh, wow. Wow, this is breaking news. Jesus.
My bad.
No, that's a shock if that's a fact. All right.
I don't know.
Well,
I
guess
don't care.
Jack will probably tell us at some point, won't he?
Sorry, Jack. I don't care if your mom's dead. I only care if my mom's dead. I'm going to be honest. I'm drunk and honest. I only care if my mom's dead.
Fair enough. All right. Well, Okay, so I wanted to watch this anyway. It's a real short 3-minute clip. Let's just bomb through it.
No, I don't know what Spider and Lou are doing here.
Yes, and that's
No,
exactly right.
And with that being said,
going
man,
through shit. I'm allowed to go.
I
through shit.
understand that is not your audience's fucking cross to
I
bear.
miss him so much.
Like, let's not do that.
So what, Randy? So basically, what you're saying, he's at the standpoint of he's taking shit out on the audience. It's hurting you guys. He's got a bad way with certain people now. Is that what they meant about what they said in my stream last night? He's stepping on toes. Is that what's?
Yes,
fuck, man. Fuck these motherfuckers.
Yes, he claps my cheek. Did you not hear what I just fucking said? We're moving. We're in the process of moving, and he's taking care of everything at our old house while I'm being lazy at our new house. Did you
I
not
do
hear
like
me
the way
say
you
that?
said that, though. I do like the way you said it. That's why I brought it up. He's clapping your cheeks, but you don't know shit.
Claps these cheeks hard.
That is a funny way to say it. I like it.
I will step on every toe I want to because I'm a man. That's what.
That's true. I mean, you're right to do that. I'm just
Joey,
trying to feel this out.
You know it, brother. You know it, brother.
Then
You
fucking
know
do it, man. And this is what I'm gonna say, bro. I'm gonna say my piece. I'm stepping the fuck back. I'll do
Shut
my
up,
own
Jim.
shit. I'm gonna do my own shit, Jack. When it comes to that layer
Fine,
of it,
brother. I
bro,
love you. I
we
love
will
you.
reconvene.
Randy, you know I love you. You know I do.
I
You've been there for
understand,
me,
man.
brother.
I'm not. Not one time did I say that any of this. That I blame you for any of it, other than you being a fucking retard most of the goddamn time.
I am.
I had to
And-
stop you last night twice
I
from
didn't
fucking
even know we were
starting a
live.
stream, and you couldn't even talk.
I didn't even know we were live.
We weren't. We shouldn't have been. I hope the fuck we weren't, but I fucking cut your ass off.
We were live, dummy.
That's on you.
I didn't know it.
49 minutes you were alive, and I tell you, it was pretty.
No, there was a secondary one.
Oh, I
he
didn't know
tried
that.
to do it again.
Still got more views than Jib.
He went on at 6 this morning. I saw though. He was by himself at 6 this morning.
It's not
That's
a
right.
flex, man. Like it's gone
not a
from
flex.
sad.
It's
It's
not.
gone from fucking sad, like funny to sad. I'm not having fucking fun anymore, bud. And I'm gonna tell you this right now, bro.
Always.
This is
have
the
fun with
exact.
me.
Shut the
Always.
fuck up. This
You
is
shut
the
the fuck up,
exact.
man.
You shut the fuck up. This
You
is the
shut the
exact
fuck up.
scenario. I said, take a week off. Let's fucking let's get this
So
right.
I take a week off and I got a Jew in the motherfucking chat talking shit about me? Motherfucker, really? Jack was pulling up chats and
You
didn't know
just-
it was live.
bro.
Really? You motherfucker. Dude, I was. I woke up this
you're
morning,
not
didn't
getting it.
know anything. I didn't know anything.
You're not getting it, man. And again,
No,
like
I'm
I'm
not.
not gonna sit here and beat this goddamn dead horse until you're fucking blind drunk again. I'm not doing it, bro. I'm not. I'm like,
I already am. And
I
guess what?
love you to death.
Guess what?
I'll always be your fucking friend.
my man.
But this is
That's
me
my man.
signing off on the fucking Jack business.
That's fine.
Thanks,
That's
everybody.
fine.
You're welcome.
Randy is
Randy.
out
You're
of the
welcome.
Jack business, and that's fine.
And there you have it. That was the end of it. You had not seen that before, Lemmy?
I have not seen that before because I've been kind of busy doing stuff over here while he's been doing stuff over there. However, we have been talking, and this has been a point of topic about the whole Uncle Jack thing. And he's right. Granny does things for fun. If anybody here knows Granny, he does things because he likes to do them and they're fun. The Jack thing has gotten a little out of control. Jack has been getting shit-faced drunk a lot lately. I'm not judging him for it because I've seen so many other content creators in the Dabbleverse do just that. You
Right.
know, it's a thing. It's just a phase of life. You're going through a thing. But like, these are the consequences of your actions, Jack. Again, if you've got Granny telling you you're being too much of a drunk asshole, you really need to fucking like reevaluate some shit in your life.
check yourself before you wreck yourself. That's right.
That's real. Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been telling them. I was like, yeah, have your little spat here or whatever, but man, it's got to end soon before it becomes a thing for life.
Yeah.
And that's
if
how it
you
works.
lose,
That's just how it
listen,
works.
Granny, when it comes to shit like that, Granny's like better than me when it comes to shit like that. Like he'll forgive and forget and be boys and shit. But like when you get him to the point where it's like, hey, you're getting too drunk to do shit. Again, like reevaluate.
Agreed.
I'm worried. I'm worried about Jack.
Yeah, same here. That's why I've been reaching out to him. Mainly just on the drinking stuff. But yeah, before that, I thought somebody may have passed away, but I guess we'll get to that bridge when we get there. We'll cross it. We'll cross it when we get there on that one.
I don't fucking know. I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I don't know. Nor do I care. Again, I don't care if your mom's dead as long as it's not my mom.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Whatever. I mean, I absolutely agree with you. Granny's here for a good time. And if he's not, like, he got sick of being on BYB because we watch clips and talk about shit he could care less about. So
he's perfect on corn. The corn diff, that WGN, he's perfect. He just fucks around. They all just fuck around. And it's funny and it's awesome. At corn diff on YouTube. Shameless plug.
Yeah, let me pull it up. I got that. We got that one right yonder. Yeah, everybody go check out Corn Dev, our boy over there. Absolutely. Yeah, check out his merch too at davesherren.com. That's my favorite. I love that. So fucking funny they did that. 100%. All right. Well, I don't want to harp on that shit all night. Whatever. Me and Granny, we had our issues. We're still bros. That's happened before.
I miss him so much.
Granny, not whatever. He wants to have fun, like you said, and that's pretty simple. So if he's not having fun, he's out. I don't know how many times we've he took off.
I feel like
you quad. He's like, fuck you. I'm out of here many times when that's happened.
Not anything from what like Granny has said, but like from what I have inferred, if it feels like Granny feels like he's got to babysit Jack, and he's not about that shit. Jack, get your shit together. Like, as somebody who loves you to death, dude, consider you a friend. Maybe get your shit together a little bit. Maybe instead of a beer, maybe have a glass of water in between those beers.
Hell yeah. All right, Honk, what do you got coming up? You got something going on Saturday.
Saturday, that's right. We'll be back for Two Old Farts with our special guests, Rochi and Quadfather. And we'll be back here Wednesday night at 8 Eastern time for the next episode of BYB.
Hell yeah. No idea who's going to be on. I think Carl's going to be on Wednesday, and whatever. We're trying to set stuff up for Friday. Anyway, we'll get there when we get there. Lemmy, where can people find you and your superior morning show?
You can find me on OnlyFans. Just kidding. You can't. You can find me on Twitch. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Rumble, YouTube. I do Tuesdays and Thursdays. I play The Sims and I fuck around. We accidentally killed Ray, but I brought her back to life. But whatever.
How did he accidentally die? Let's hear that.
He died. He just died of old age. He's the first one out of the Dabbleverse crew to die in my Sims, which is fitting. But I needed him for gardening help, so.
We're actually, that's kind of a sore subject around here. Honk doesn't like to hear about dying of old age, right? Oh,
yeah.
I had to fight my whole life. I could beat you up even if you had 1,000 knives. Even if you had infinity knives, I would punch you up into the air like a kite. I bet you sleep with the night light, cause you're scared of the dark, cause you stink like a fart. Well, I light your fart on fire with my rounds. You think I won't, I do it all the time. I bet I got more money than Jay-Z. Compared to me, Jay-Z is lazy. Plus Beyonce thinks that I'm cute. It's okay, Beyonce, I think you're cute too. I made out with so many girls. Made out with every girl in the world. I might look small, but I'm not. I don't care if you're big, I'll fight you. Well, I do know that I am the baddest of them all. If you ain't about money, then I don't mess with y'all. Y'all think I don't get girls, cause I ain't very tall. If she see my stats, I bet you that she calls. Cause I am the baddest of them all. If you ain't about money, then I don't mess with y'all. Y'all think I don't get girls, cause I ain't very tall. If she see my stats, I bet you that she calls.